Are you ready? Call your mama, call your papa, call your friends. The festivities are about to begin. Boom!
Want some squeaky earth? Boom. It is Monday. I was requested squeaky earth for the intro. Here you are. Whee! How about that? Very green Florida day. Shout out to Mavit, 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 Mavit. Shout out to the frogs. Are the to cover squeaky earth, the population of squeaky earth. Shout out to to this earth. Shout out to this other earth. Shout out to this earth. And shout out to the plants and flowers around this neighborhood right here. About that, you see? It is mirrored, but no warning, no stupid people beyond this point. And this is Jose JG. Boom. Please hit the thumbs up if you're watching this live or recorded. Share the show and support the channel. Help a brother out. There's a PayPal link pinned above somewhere, either here or here, or it's in the description box. And there's a super chat feature that you all should use. Everybody, you know what? You must appreciate that I'm giving you a place to come in and hang out instead of you home bored or watching porn, you know, like wasting your time watching porn, watching a boring movie, looking for bang in your head, just getting off work. Whatever you were doing, stop doing it, and you are here now. So you're watching the show. So please support with whatever you can. I'll take it. Let's go ahead to the Discord server daily. Boom in YouTube Live, and there we be. There we will be. Here we go. Let's see what we. Eclipse pictures are rolling in. Here we go. Okay. Boom. Shout out to Discord user and Doofus Manfred in the house. We is here on YouTube Live. I saw Carlos was here for a minute and he bailed. All right. It is Monday. Festivities. There was a total eclipse yesterday, and it wasn't of the heart. It was of the moon. Doofus Manfred, total eclipse of the moon. Tell me about it.
Shout out to Rahu, Ketu, and all the other excuses that flat earthers come up with, and pushytrons. But as far as I can tell, it looks like a shadow to me.
The first time yesterday that I was able to track the whole path, all the thing, every 5, 10, 15 minutes that I came out and looked and took a few pictures and videos. The first time that it actually felt like it was the shadow of the earth. I could visualize it. I could picture the shadow of the earth, the ratio, the size, like everything. Everything was really cool for me to witness, man. And I struggled a little bit when the eclipse started. I took a few pictures and the battery died. So I waited a little bit. When I was like one quarter eclipsed, I took a few more pictures. The battery died, so I just let it charge a little bit, and then I caught it like halfway, close to the end, close to being full eclipse. So I took a bunch of pictures when it was full, and I got the reddish color. I struggle also with the settings of the camera. I don't do that too often, and then I got it. I got the trick of it, and then I caught it leaving the shadow leaving again. Really cool stuff. Where were you on Earth, and you saw it?
Well, I didn't get much chance to see it because I had complete cloud cover last night. It's the damnedest thing.
That sucks. That sucks. To everybody watching, I forgot to tell you this. We are in the Daily Boom Discord server. Please click and join the server. I'm gonna throw a link also in the YouTube, just in case, guys. I gotta put the little fan blowing me, or just giving me some fresh air. So I might get a little bit of a hot mic. I'm sorry, guys. I mean, it's fucking hot and bloody. And the link will be out. Yeah, I'm gonna share my screen and share a few of my pictures, and then we'll share some of the other pictures from everybody. So even if you are unable to look at the screen share, I'm still gonna share the screen. Let's see what we got. All right. Click it on this. I'm gonna change the screen share in a second. All right. Minimize this. And open a picture, I guess. If I open a picture first, then right, scrolling down. I'm gonna click here. I know this is from last. Okay. Fuck. All right. And should be able to see it when I change the screen. You're getting a lot of wind in my mic. Sorry.
I can't notice it too much. I'm driving right now.
Yeah, there you go. See, that's. Let me do a quick shout out. YouTube, thank you for coming in, guys. I appreciate everybody. We have Fred Bailey, Real Cygnus, Matthew Hall, Kuso, Citizen 9, RT96, Martin, Mr. Victory's Radio, Anamorphic Mind, Gary Waibenga, Bigus Dogus, Paul, Charlie Welsh, and Patio Furniture. Thank you very much, everybody, for being in here. All right, screen share. I should change my window, and there's a picture over here. Probably struggling a little bit the computer to share it. All right, let me click and share it for the audience here. See, there you go. All right, this is pre-eclipse. This was earlier pre-eclipse. Dude, it looks wobbly, man. This moon looks wobbly. It looks like a potato. I hadn't realized. I hadn't noticed that before. Weird. And I'm gonna just start scrolling pictures to the side a little bit. Hello, Extra J. Hello. This is pre-eclipse, and then I caught the eclipse when it was already like getting in there. And you know what? Actually, I think with my bare eyes, we could see in this part, in the bottom left of the moon, kind of. I could see getting a little darker, but just with my bare eyes. The camera wasn't able to catch it. I don't know which one is it, the umbra, penumbra, whatever. It wasn't the actual, So I was messing around with just taking a few clips, like little time lapses and shit. Just practicing. And I took a few little videos, just normal videos, the moon. Yeah, I struggle, man. Oh, this is where you can actually see. Which one is the one that is not really dark? When the shadow is coming in, is it the penumbra, right? Or the umbra?
Yep,
The outer.
yep.
Which one is it? Penumbra?
Yeah, that's penumbra.
Penumbra, all right, yeah. So this, yeah, in this one, we can see when the penumbra was kind of just entering the moon. And then there was I took a few pictures with different color filters or whatever. But then it's a big skip and the eclipse is already in, like solid in, because of I had to charge my battery. Stuff. Just messing around. Normal, good old moon eclipse.
Potato chip.
Yeah, potato. The first picture looked like a potato. Oh, you know what? And there was a star occultation with that eclipse. I got that. I mean, not on video. Like I took a sequence of pictures, and there was a star occultation in one of that wobbly look was the perspective angles being slightly out of phase, says Roger. This is, we can see the penumbra here a lot better. It was like getting it. It was almost shadow. I mean, it was a shadow, just not a solid dark shadow. And I just changed filter colors, mess around a little bit. And then we start getting the reality. It was nice yesterday. That's why I took a few little clips and videos because it was almost no wind, so it was really smooth transition. As the transit of the moon or whatever. So I got a few clips of those just for myself. And that movement is me, like moving the tripod, which is a very cheap tripod that I got. There you go. Now we are in it now. Eclipse apparently started at like 9:30 p.m. for me in Florida. In file information, and this was taken at 11:03 p.m. for me. And I get a few of those pictures, a little video clips. There you go. And it looks, I mean, it depends on the settings. Then I start playing with the settings and getting more or less like brightness and darkness. And I could see more of the roundness of the moon. And then this one that we cannot see shit. The shadow is just blocking the whole thing. And this one, yeah, like looking at it, you can see the skies. And I seen compilations. I seen stock images like different moons around, like going across, and then you got the full diameter, and it adds up as for the diameter of the Earth on this curved shadow. I'm not watching Discord, so who else is here? There you go. Oh, yes. Yeah. If you got any comments, just stop me, man. I'm just not looking at the Discord. Just oh, I gotta check on my PP because I think I have been hit by the PP god. PP is PayPal for those who don't know. It's the abbreviation for PayPal is PP. Hey, there you go. That's Mr. Victory's Radio. Hit me up with a $10 super chat. $10 PayPal from your friendly neighborhood, Mr. Victory. I wanted to tell an Eclipse joke, but it gets kind of dark. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Ask. The moon is motion. Uh-oh. All right, let's keep it going. All right, that was the first. That was one sequence of them. As I say, if you got anything, just holler at me. Uh-oh. I think I have to change screen share because I changed the image. So, slash window. And which one am I sharing? Fuck. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop and reshare. Sorry. Guys, join us over here on the Discord server. I'm just ranting, showing some clips, moon pictures and clips because it was cool. And then after I share my little images, we'll share your images and videos, whatever you guys have. I'm right now not looking at the pictures and videos posted in other places. I'm just playing my stuff for right now. Shout out to 36 people watching. Thank you very much for being here, guys. I appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and support however you can. It can be super chat, PayPal, or just by thumb up and share the show. That's also cool. Look at that, man. It's almost half moon right here. And then there was a big time jump because I had to recharge my battery again, my battery. And then we get in this. Then we get in the darkness. There's a bunch of bad pictures in between. I'll skip those. But yeah, they were all cool. It was a good experience for me to get my jet and give it a ride or in the front of my house to take pictures. And there was the neighbors across the street. There's a girl with her father and mother-in-law and her two little kids. They were looking at the camera and we were chatting and talking about the eclipse and stuff. It was cool. And we're gonna start to get the reddish color very shortly. Is your take on what I'll say is present? Shout out, Gary. These pictures, man, the shadow actually adds up to the diameter of the roundness of Earth. Earth. There you go. And now we start getting. Now I got a little more. The settings. I adjust the settings a little better so we can get more. It looks odd, a little bright, too bright in the moon side, but still, it looks cool in the shadow. We get a few stars also, which I cannot see very well because I got a bunch of dust on the screen of my laptop. So I know this is a star, pretty, but it looks pretty cool. And now I take pictures and little clips, and the sequence gives me until the moon is like fully occulted by the shadow. It's a bunch of. It's getting closer. You see, we're getting less and less brightness, and then there's some shitty pictures in between. There you go. Yeah, these images were taken by the Jaden P900 ton, and then a video. Look how it looks. Looks really cool. It looks ominous, ominous. Just this little bit of yeah. This actually video clip. I like it. It's dark. If you are in the darker room or you're not in the brightness of the day, this look really. See the sliver. 47. Uh-oh. You, you don't want to hear me what I was talking. You don't want to hear what I was talking. Then I hear it. Yeah, it was funny. I had a great time chatting. Yo, getting close to the You see, and they are like every, I don't know, 30 seconds or a minute or so, and I took a sequence of a few of them as it was getting close to the full eclipse. Little clips, a few of them really good pictures, a few of them okay pictures, and a few really shitty pictures. Most of them, they're okay. Yeah, that's almost it. And the color, you see how the color changed, man? Just it's almost red. Very red. Shout out to everybody on YouTube. I see Biggest Douglas. Hold on. I see you, man. I thought the moon has its own light. Who turned off the lights? Professor Phil Bell is asking if anybody want to answer that question for him. Those who say that the moon has its own light. Look at those twinkle twinkle little stars following the moon. What the heck? What's going on? It's just a bunch of kind of similar. I heard a ding dong on Discord and I farted. Sorry. Welcome to the show, whoever you are. I'm not looking at this.
Hello, Jose. How's it going?
What's up? Sounds like farmers. What's going on?
Well, strangely enough, it is, yes.
Good, good. Well,
You
I'm
got-
screen sharing over here. I got a bunch of images of the clips last night that I took.
Oh, very nice.
I'm already in the full eclipse phase. I took a bunch of little pictures and clips and stuff like that, and it looks
Yeah,
very reddish.
I don't know what time it was for us over here, but I didn't bother. I think I was fast asleep.
And then I took a few with the different settings, and this one looks more like the Death Star. These settings when it doesn't look as red.
No, it's not a lot of red there.
but this is cool. Yeah, I like it.
No, it's nice. That's good. Yeah, good shot that.
It's not as crisp as some professional might do it or whatever, but still. And there's some different odd angles because there was a spot that I lost the moon. I couldn't see it through the viewfinder. I had to take a picture to be able to locate it because I could see it with my eyes, but I couldn't see it with my viewfinder. Only when I took the picture, it brightened up a little bit and give that reddish color. Yeah. So it was a tricky one. That's why they're off centered and very small.
Well, of course, yeah. When you zoom in on something like the moon, you tend to forget that it's moving.
Yep.
So if you've zoomed in and you don't move your camera, it really doesn't take long at all before it's out of shot. When you look up and go, well, the moon's just up there. You look down at your camera and go, oh, hang on.
Now this is the point where I don't know how bright or dark you can see, but we can see a star to the left right here, and we can see a star very close to the bottom, the south of the moon right here.
Yep.
And this star will get occultated. I didn't even notice it until I reviewed the pictures. I took a bunch of pictures, and then it should be visible, and it's getting kind of closer as the pictures go by. I think I zooming a little closer, but this one is actually closer and closer. Look at that. You see the bottom star right there?
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah.
a little closer. And then there's going to be one. I think the next one, one of these, boom, is gone. And I give you information because this is very important. This picture is 12:08 a.m. It doesn't give me the seconds. But then the next one, this one is at 12:08 a.m. So it was sequential. It was within, just a few seconds separation. One picture was there, and then the other one was not.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's just a demonstration that the moon is moving.
It is so solid, yeah, solid object moving in front.
That's it.
Yeah, closer, faster, bigger. Yeah, really cool. I'm just scrolling, hauling ass, because I know there's a lot of some pictures that were shared in the server. Sure. And then I was just awesome, trying, messing around with the settings a little bit. It was a lot of the same, and then I sat down for a bit, and then I was able to catch when the Eclipse was leaving. I know there's going to be a point where the star is going to be visible again. I don't even realize. I know this is the one that was in the left, still there.
Yeah.
But I don't even. I mean, it's too bright in here. There's dust particles in my screen. My laptop is bright, and I kind of. I see a bunch of stars right here, right now. But wait, that's not a star.
I can chase things around in AutoCAD and then think, oh, hang on a minute, that's a speck of dirt on the screen.
Yeah. Can barely see any.
Oh yeah, when you've got a black background, you
man.
you can waste so much time thinking, oh, what's that? What's that? Yeah.
Yeah.
On the screen.
Trying to figure it out. Look at that setting that you can barely see it.
Cool. Only, just about make something out, but.
Mm-hmm. And I know it's there because I kind of see something over here, and the star give it away.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know how the options are called. I have no idea. I kind of know if I read them, but I don't know how the options that I give to let more light in or out, or the lens, the aperture, and the other one, whatever. I don't know any of that. I just mess with it until I get the picture I want.
Hey, it works. Yeah. If I fiddle, what happens if I fiddle with this? Oh, look at that. Yeah.
And there's some of them, they actually didn't work like this one, but hey, whatever, man. A few bad ones in between, a bunch of good ones. Even though this one, I like this one, just very small.
That's the joy of having a digital camera. It doesn't cost you anything to go, no, I'll delete that.
Yeah, exactly.
Not like in the day when we had to go and get rolls of film processed, get them back and then go, crap.
Yeah.
What a waste of money.
And this one, look at this, how hard it is to make out when it's a video taken. It is hard.
There's, yes, I can see it now. Yeah, just.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah, I can see some of it. I suppose it might help if I turn the light off. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of there, but it's a tricky one.
I'm getting a lot of.
So it was coming up better with the pictures than the videos. I almost unable to get the videos unless it got one side is already not on in the Eclipse, and that part is visible. I played one before. It was a full Eclipse. We had a little sliver in the right, and I played a video, and it looks really cool, like really bright in the side, and you can barely see that. But when the room is really dark, it looks really nice. Very, very gray, opaque, but you can see that big bright in the right. Not like that little, not like the actual face of the moon, when you can just see the little smile on the side. It was a different feel of it. It looked more spherical with this Eclipse going on.
Yeah, well, the moon's. I can't remember what phase the moon is in at the moment, but it's damn near full, isn't it? I mean, you can see.
Yeah. Look, something like this. There you go.
Yes.
Example proven.
Yep.
Something like this, but I had it before. It was. And this is just a little bit now the shadow leaving. You see, it's images like this that make people clean their monitor. Shout out to Hold On.
Yeah, I just put a cloth over mine, I have to admit.
I know, man. I'm going to just let this one just for 30 more seconds so you guys can clean the monitor really good. There you go.
Like I said, I still tend to use AutoCAD with a black background. And if there's dust or something on your screen and you go to click on something, you think, oh, what's that? I'll go and delete that. And you can't select it. And then you think, shit, let me just clean my screen.
I know. I don't even know where the star went. Hardly anywhere near.
Well,
it looks so different. Videos from pictures, it looks different.
Yeah.
And I am P900 illiterate. I know how to use it. I use it, but I'm illiterate on the actual options. I just use it.
Well, best thing to do, and this again, this is the joy of a digital camera. You can just go out and play on sort of one setting at a time, and then sort of see what difference it makes. Because at the end of the day, if all the photos are crap, well, you just delete them and start again. It hasn't cost you anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I got a bunch of cool ones with this because it's kind of it doesn't happen too often. But I like this one for some reason. I like this one. It looks like the brightness just mating out, and then you got this very dark side. I don't know. I like.
That's a cool shot.
I like it more than this. This one more like very bright. They all look. I don't know what happened here. The color is bleeding out. Very odd.
Oh
Creepy.
yeah.
Very creepy. You gotta feel one. Yeah, I'm gonna keep hustling because there's a lot more.
No, bit of the old lens flare there.
Yeah, my attempt to kind of time lapse, 10-minute time lapse, but I didn't. I just wasn't patient enough. It was too bright. I didn't like how it looked.
No.
I get that. But it look cool, man. Just a solid shot, solid shape of the shadow, huh?
Well, it's obviously someone turning the lights off in the luminary, right?
There you go. That's it. And now I gotta stop screen sharing so I can share the last folder, just a handful more. I will reshare it again. I will reshare.
I can hear Florida in the background.
Yeah, there you go. Welcome home. Continue where I was. Choose pictures, sequence, video clips. Gotta be patient. Those videos like that, slowly moving. Doesn't it look cool, man? Solid, right?
Yeah.
Shadow.
Unfortunately, Chemo couldn't see it from England.
I think we could just about see it. I think we were sort of right on the edge of it because it was your ideal. Actually, you, Jose, were in one of the ideal places because it
Yes.
sort of it was in a line over all of South America, up the eastern seaboard of the States. And I think by the time you got across the Atlantic to here, it was, you'll be lucky.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
It was actually better in South America because it was higher in the sky.
Yeah, and over here I'm surrounded like light pollution and street lights and stuff. So, but still, it's good, really cool.
I got these big,
Happy
tall
with it.
green things that are blocking my view.
What, trees?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, there was a biggest tree over here almost in top of my house, and I had to go almost across the street in order to get all these ones. It was in I don't know, the path of the moon. It was further, like behind the tree than usual.
I'm knackered if anything's too low in the sky. Because if I go out to the garden to watch anything like an ISS or the Chinese space station or anything at all, if it's not above 20 degrees, I can't see it because there's just too many houses in the way. I mean, if I weren't quite so lazy, if I actually went out of the village, if I walked 10 or 15 minutes out of the village, I could see it all clearly, but I can't be bothered.
One of the guys was online, was living in Peru or something, and he got a really great view.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he'd have been just the right spot for it.
There's a lot of clouds in the UK.
Yes.
Or a lot of...
Yes.
There's a guy who loves astronomy from the UK who basically admits he lives in like the worst place in the world to
astronomy.
Oh god, yeah. It's always bloody cloudy. You know, the old notification will say, "Oh, got a good ISS sighting tonight." No, I fucking haven't. It's too much cloud.
And then over here, I don't know why it looked cool in the viewfinder. This like smearing out of this purplish reddish color, and I just took a bunch of pictures like that. You can still, with these settings where it's very bright, the moon, and it is actually very, very hard line, a shadow, really. It's so different. Look at the comparison. These settings versus these settings. Uh-oh, it's farting. It's farting purple light.
I had clouds and rain last night, so I couldn't see anything.
No.
All right. Why is this? Yeah, I was wondering why this. It's just I don't know, right? A setting because of how bright it was, and then we got this dark, and then the dark sky. I don't know why, but I got this bright spot, bunch.
That looks a bit like lens flare.
Emitting. Yeah, it probably is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I think you get a lens flare there because it's just because there's so much light coming off the moon there.
yeah. It just sucks it in. Sucks the light. Yeah, down here. And that's it. Yeah, I'm very, very happy with these images. Very, 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 very happy. Now, we'll switch my screen share for a tab so we can share your images and videos and stuff.
Yeah, there was the map from last night's eclipse, right about the max of it, maybe a little bit before. You can see that. See a little bit from England, but you had to be like right in the morning, right at dawn.
I'm on it. I'm still moving.
Yes, it'd be interesting to see. I know Alan Evans was going to go out and try and capture some of it. It'd be interesting to see whether he actually could, or whether the curse of the cloud spoiled it for him.
You said you got something to share, NASA?
Thought I put it into Daily Boom Uncensored.
Did you put it?
Oh, am I in the right place?
How far up? Oh, okay. I see.
2 minutes
In between all the cats.
in between all
Oh,
the
yeah, there you go. That's why I struggled. There you go.
There it is. Yeah, so you can see. Yeah, if you're anywhere in South America, you'd have had quite a good view of it all, providing you had no clouds. But over here in the UK, yeah, best of luck.
Oh yeah, I was in this spot.
He was in a good place for it.
Earlier, there was a bunch of images shared. If anybody want to come in and drop the images in the Discord server, share them now. We'll share a few clips and then we'll jump to memes. I'm funny. We got over here in the Discord, I see now Extra J, Farmer's Boy, Pen as a Shield, and Discord user, quiet again. When will Discord user speak? And in Discord, will we recognize Discord user voice when he speaks? Maybe it's Morgan Freeman, like a very undeniable voice, or Christopher Walken, somebody like that.
Christopher Walken. Yeah, no, I got a fever.
Gilbert Gottfried's dead, so it won't be him.
It'd be so cool if it's Morgan Freeman.
All right, I'm tired of scrolling up. There's one in here, but I don't think this is an eclipse from yesterday. This is just an eclipse. A lunar eclipse. Another one from yesterday, but yeah, similar, same thing. But new images.
I'm looking for an image.
Yeah. What's up, man? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm looking for an image that I saw last night on somebody's live stream where a shooting star crossed right in front of the eclipse.
Oh, wow.
I'll post it up as soon as I find it.
Oh no, I gotta review all my little video clips. I have to probably sit down tonight and I play it. They are like 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes, some of the 3 minutes, and I recorded just the moon, just Just let it pass. But I'm gonna pay attention at nighttime and see if I caught something. I don't know what I caught. Might have.
Found something that I knew, but I didn't really know, was that whenever you hear the guys talk about serocycle, there's not just one serocycle. There's like 300 serocycles or something, and 40 of them are active right now. These serocycles go on for like 1,000 years. Something ridiculous. Not quite that much. But...
I see 43 people on YouTube watching. If you are waiting an extra 5 or 10 minutes before you hit the thumbs up, don't forget to click the like before you go. Or before you stay for the rest of the show. Just make sure to go ahead and click the like before you. Hold on, say that Red might have that star. I am not. I stopped following Red a long time ago, probably over a year ago. There was a bunch of them, him and Halford and a bunch of people before they broke up like a band. They were all talking about jerking each other off, sucking each other's dicks and shit like that. I mean, it was just too far, man. I just couldn't be subscribed to a group of people like that. I couldn't take it. I know, yeah, it was a joke, but come on, enough is enough. It was way past, way over the line.
Let me put the link in of Red's video because there's a timestamp for when the shooting star goes across.
All right, and you got a timestamp?
Oh, hopefully it's at the right place. It's 2:49:51 when the is when the shooting star goes, or meteorite, whatever it is, goes across.
Yeah, no, it didn't. It didn't come up timestamp.
Right.
2:49.
2:49:51. So if you go a few seconds before that, yeah, 2:49. That do you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
all right.
And at 51.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Mute. That's what I was looking for. I don't know if he got music on.
No, I it's muted anyway, so I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
35 seconds.
Yeah, so it comes past at 51 seconds.
Can't barely see anything. There you go. Very cool. Yeah.
Hey, that's not bad, is it?
Yeah, I'll go back 5 seconds. There you go. That was cool. But wait, the meteor, yeah, he went, in front of the moon, of course, because it's closer. Particle, right? A particle of whatever.
Yeah, I have no telling what it is, but
The firefly.
It's obviously something hitting the Earth's atmosphere, but it just happens to do it in between Reds and the moon, which is pretty cool.
Noise. Look at the derecho compared to yours. Something else forgot it to lie and makes this for 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Video link from Alk.
Yeah, they had.
3 hours.
Well, the eclipse happens the other. The moon is upside down. The eclipse happens the other direction from the southern hemisphere.
Yeah.
I actually don't think this proves the Earth is spherical, though, because it would work the same if you were in, both sides of a room. And
3:30:58. So yeah, that's a good point as any.
Or whatever.
Yeah, or whatever.
All right, in 4 seconds. Somewhere around here in this neighborhood, it's kind of the times where the orientation of the light.
The light, the eclipse is happening in the opposite direction to what you were seeing.
Exactly.
Which is the point.
Exactly, that's the thing. Yeah, if we see over here, the eclipse is
they're
coming
on the other
from,
side of the equator.
Yeah, from the bottom up, and mine was coming in from this side, just opposite of it. All right, and then we go further. until it's almost full. And yeah, when it's before it's fully eclipsed. So what I had was in the opposite side. Before it was fully eclipsed, it was somewhere around. I mean, it was, yeah, somewhere around here. That right. Very
Oh,
word. Total opposite. Yeah, you see, this is like the last set of pictures that I was sharing. The orientation, you see, the orientation wasn't this. It was right. It was in the other side. As I was looking at that, that little shadow over here with the haze and the light. Yeah, there you go. So explain, right?
Quite.
Maybe Gary want to join it. Very cool. Okay, thank you. Carlos, what's up, man?
no. Here with my CB radio.
Isn't
Carlos
the-
didn't see the eclipse, or did you, Carlos?
I was driving back from an event, and I saw it through my, actually through the moonroof of my van. The sunroof, whatever you call it. Did they call it moonroof?
Yeah.
It was a moonroof last night. But yeah, we saw it, just saw the partial eclipse or whatever with the kids. So we just opened up the sunroof and looked at it for a little while. And yeah, I wanted to film it, and actually I was planning on making a live broadcast of my channel, but no, it didn't work out. All the plans.
Pictures, Eclipse pictures. Who has them to throw them over here on the disc?
I was loving last night hearing Lemon and other flurfs try to explain what was happening.
Where did they do this?
Oh, it was either some Damok was actually saying that the light was getting in the way of the light or something, or maybe I don't know.
Huh?
In some other server?
Yeah, the light was getting in the way of the light or something. I don't know.
Was that in Geos?
Yeah, no, it was in Gem Pandas.
Hmm.
I don't go to Geos much anymore, if at all. Yeah, they're saying that too, nerd. That's funny. Thing is, you can easily prove that that the moon is a spherical, not spherical, a real object.
I never been in GS. I never been in GS. So.
You been Geos? Lucky you.
Don't think you're missing much.
Don't need it. It's just I listened a little bit. I don't know, maybe a month ago, and it was just a bunch of potatoes, and it was, I don't know, a lot of rant, a lot of, I don't know, a lot of people that think they're very smart. They don't know shit.
That's basically your typical flat earther, though.
Yeah.
Top left.
Oh, Blue is here. Careful, guys.
Bye, beds.
Careful, guys. What up, Blue? How you doing?
Hey, pretty good, Jose. How you doing?
Good. Looking at Eclipse pictures. Pictures?
Yeah.
You observe that with your bare eyes, or took any pictures, or neither?
Neither.
You're passed out, just resting. Fuck it.
Yeah, I was
Sleep.
asleep.
That's it. That's it.
They need to stop
Did you
having these goddamn eclipses in the middle of the fucking night. That's all I can say.
Well, usually, you know,
Why
I hate
can't
to
you
say
have
it,
one of
Blue.
these in the daytime?
Yeah, you want to. Those happen rarely, and you generally have to travel to see them. I have seen one of those though, and they're cool.
Yeah, me too. Right here at my house.
Oh, really? You go overhead? Cool.
Mhm.
No,
Yeah.
Blue. It does look very firm, very solid. Shadow, like this picture right here that I'm sharing, one of my own pictures. The shadow looks super, like heavy, solid, dark. You know.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't know I didn't know I could pull that off. I'm taking pictures like that, but it was just easy.
Yeah.
Now your eyes can deceive a little bit, or depends on the settings of the camera that you have can deceive. But if you tweak the settings right, you actually get a very solid shadow, going across the.
Yeah, that looks really nice. I'll bet that matches the diameter of the earth too.
The diameter, exactly. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, it looks so cool, so perfect. Like I could visualize in 3D what was going on, and it does. It's probably a perfect match for the diameter of the Earth,
Yeah, someone did
the
that
actual curve. Yeah.
Someone did that the last eclipse, and it worked out quite well.
Hmm.
But you know the problem is you have to assume the radius of the moon, or some shit.
Still, you see, it's like this last picture that I'm gonna post. It looks odd and the color or whatever, but that's not it. The thing is the trajectory of the shadow. So in that one, it depends. If you're way more South America, when the shadow is exiting the moon, this is what I was getting. Exit until it just leaves through the side to the right. But they were in the opposite side over here, and the shadow was exiting in the other side. Some kind of, I don't know. I don't know how to
What?
opposite. The shadow was leaving through the opposite side when it was
Yeah,
further
Well,
southern than
maybe
me.
the opposite.
yeah, South America. If you're on the other side of the moon, looking back, it'll do that. Close to the equator. I think 6 degrees, 6.5 degrees. The moon is inclined.
Or whatever.
Well, where is
Chat
this
Citizen
picture?
9.
Where is this
Sorry, man.
picture going through the other side?
You can see it from Israel. So
I'll show you right now.
this was
Then
a North America, South America thing.
there you go. All right, this is right here. Look. Wait for it. There you go. See, this is the shadow leaving. See, the less we get until we get. The less we get now, the shadow is leaving. And then for me, the shadow was leaving, going this way, to the top right. This was going to the top left. Top left, but then.
Yeah, but it's the same side of the moon.
Yeah, it is. Just
Looking at
turned.
it from the other side, but okay.
So we got this versus shadow living in South America, shadow living from the United States.
Think about it, if you look, you can see the same craters though.
Yeah, this one is not a very good representation. The one I. Oh well, whatever. Good times. Monday, anybody else want to join? Gary, you were talking all that talk on the chat box earlier. Yeah,
Well, Webanga's in chat.
he was probably listening, hiding. Quiet.
He's hiding because he knows he has no explanation for the eclipse.
They don't have an explanation. They laugh as if laughter solves anything, you know, as if they could explain. As the mockery they make is some of the biggest. The projection is projection. When they mock, they go like, "So you want me to explain this?" They're laughing at themselves because they don't know. They have no clue.
Maybe Gary want to explain to us why the dark part of the moon, I don't know if it's a shadow or not, or it's just dimming, why it's so different than the phases?
And why the phases take a month, and this takes
No,
a matter of
I'm not
hours.
talking about the time, I'm talking about the shape.
Talking about the shape, yeah. The shape's different too.
In that phase, it should be curved to the other side, not like this. Why the curvature of the dark part doesn't change during eclipse? I'm sure it's a matter of simple perspective. You can explain it.
Well, I know Gary could explain it, but you got to have a couple of rubber bands and a cowbell.
There you go. I also took an artistic shot of the moon yesterday. Look at that. How it's an eclipse. I made an eclipse of the moon yesterday with a tree. And I don't think why they should be so defensive. Flat earthers and globe skeptics and reality deniers to explain about eclipses and to tell us about eclipses. And don't be such an assholes to avoid. The only thing you do is avoid to answer the question. And the strategy is ask us back and tell us back how the globe works, and if the globe was like this, and if yes, what you say is true. But dude, I ask you, if it was not a globe that you can be explained perfectly with the shadow of the earth, what is it? They just can't. I call that dishonest. I'm sorry, but it's dishonest. Well, I gotta rephrase that. Not dishonesty, but it's bullshit. It's a cop out. If they don't know, they could, I don't know, they could just revisit themselves and just think about them. We really don't know. What can we do? Should we know? Should we question ourselves? Should we put the flat Earth to the test? They don't want to do that. Sorry, I stopped ranting. I gotta go AFK for a few minutes.
Imaginary lines, Damok? Did you use your eyes or did you keep them closed last night?
My Aren't we the lively bunch?
Tired.
That's what happens when all of you stay up all night watching a damn eclipse.
I didn't. I went to bed.
Well, you're in England. You couldn't see it anyway.
Well, there you go. Yeah, it's all a bit pointless, really. Just
Maybe if you like woke up right before sunrise, you might see it. But
No, I think
What
sunrise
about
is a bit early at the moment. Got an ISS sighting. Not a chance.
I'm just sidetracked trying to make a little GIF file right now of that shooting star.
Oh yeah,
that was cool.
pretty cool.
And you got a bit of the dome flaking off in front of the dark star, including the moon.
Got a printer going.
So, an old printer too.
Unless it's a 3D printer.
Might have been the Nibiruans, or however you pronounce it, on Nibiru launching missiles at us.
Jem had this woman.
The shadow object.
Jem had this woman who thinks she's the Queen of Canada on his show.
Think
Struggle to watch
he
that.
is.
God bless the lunatic fringe.
What is that tone? Is that Studio Extra J? You got a little tone in the background.
Printer.
Oh no, it's blue.
No, it's Extra J. It sounds like a printer.
Oh, it was Extra J.
Yeah, it's probably my computer fan. Let me
All right.
move the mic away, I guess. I'll just mute myself.
That's a hot fan right there.
Got lots of tabs open, doing some, high IQ research here.
Oh, good
Puts
man.
a lot of load on the system.
That's your fans? Wow.
Yeah, it's a little loud. I should get a better computer someday.
Maybe just isolate it. So you got to sit on top of the table and put some rubber underneath it.
And it's actually sending Morse code.
I thought that was Morse code too.
Yes, that's what I thought.
Yeah. It said,
The Earth is.
said Bill was an A, and that's as far as I got. I can't copy the rest of it.
Let me try this. Is that a little better?
Yeah, at least it doesn't sound when you're not talking. It's good. I don't mind when you're talking, if we get a little bit of a background noise. I don't mind that, but just your mic open, what we were getting that now is good. Perfect.
Yeah, I turned my gain down a little bit, so hopefully now I'm not too quiet.
That's good. That's good. And we are having some more artistic videos of the three clips going over here on screen. And I could have just changed the focus, the manual focus, and focus on the moon, and do not. And and then you got just the blurred leaves and tree right here, but I didn't. I chose to shoot it like this. All right. So, in your own words, and explain it, Blue. I need a favor from you. Can you explain to me, like I'm 5, a lunar eclipse, how a lunar eclipse works? So, and I am asking you this because other people is going to want to hear this. By other people, I mean the non-globers, flat earthers, plane earthers, level earthers, globe deniers, globe skeptics, and other. This explanation is not going to be for normal people. This is going to be for illiterates like me and everybody else that have flat earth and truth at the end of the names. Oh shit, is there any truth?
There's nothing wrong with being 5 years old. I kick my ass all the time.
Hold on, Mars. Blue is going to tell us about lunar eclipses. Go ahead, Blue. I'll mute myself.
Well, it's really easy, Jose. Our moon is illuminated by our sun. But every once in a while, when the moon is really big and round, the Earth gets in the way of the light coming from the sun. And that's when we see a lunar eclipse. How's that?
That actually made sense. Actually, it did. Good explanation. Anybody else want to try? Shaik, you want to try explaining a lunar eclipse?
Yeah. Moon here, sun here, Earth here. That's how.
That's a very visual explanation.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's not here? Or is it here? Oh, well done.
Can you explain it? Let me try. Farmer's Boy, can you explain a lunar eclipse to me? But can you use objects that I can visualize? Like there's a man standing in X location, and then there's usually objects. You could use any objects that you want.
I'm trying to remember what objects you've got there, because you've got you've got several globes there, haven't you?
Yes, yeah, I got some.
So imagine Squeaky Earth is the sun. Hold up another one of the globes that you have in front of the sun, and then hold up the very small globe that you have on the other side away from the sun. And that shows you the position of the sun, the earth, and the moon. And if you move them about so that the earth is blocking the moon, then you'll see that the light from the sun can't get to the moon very well.
Oh, I gotta turn my camera on. Yeah, we gotta try. I gotta try this. I want to see if.
I'm just trying to remember what you've got sat there that you could do it with. So you could
Honestly,
actually.
you're explaining it right. All right, we got object. Let's say this is not going to be to scale distance-wise, right?
Of course,
Distance
this isn't to scale. Yes.
So we got over here the Earth, and we got a rotation of the Earth. We got this is going to be moon. This is going to be moon.
I can't actually see what you're doing.
Are you
Yeah,
speaking?
change hands.
We got
Change
Earth.
hands.
I got moon. Yeah, but still, we're still not getting anything.
Ah, there we go.
So as the Earth, we get a rotation, right? So we get a rotation. Do you say that in this somewhere in this point, when the sun is illuminating the Earth right here is bright, and then the moon gets somewhere behind here, and then we start getting a shadow of the Earth in the moon? Is that kind of what's going on here?
I mean, those three globes actually work quite well because the sun is very big. Then the Earth that you're holding is a good approximation as any, and then your little globe is the moon. That works quite well.
Something like this. We get the
I was trying to remember what you'd got there, and I thought he's got three different sized globes. That'll work. So you got the sun in the background, you got the Earth, and the moon's going around the Earth. And you'll see that at some point, every now and then, the orbits are such that the Earth blocks the light getting to the moon. And that's why.
So this is it, yeah. And usually we don't get an eclipse monthly because it's either going a little higher or something, or maybe a little lower. But there's going to be a day in the sweet spot that is going to be perfectly lined up. That
Correct.
is going to go across, like a line up that actually you're going to get this shadow of the Earth.
Exactly, because the Earth rotates at an orbit at an angle with respect to the sun, and the moon orbits the Earth at a different angle which is why you don't get lunar eclipses every month. You only get them every now and then when everything lines up.
Mavit. You understood?
We haven't had a
He's
squeaky
youngster.
earth yet. Have we had a squeaky earth yet?
Oh, we
Add
had
the
plenty of.
basic.
Let's
Add
have
the
another
basic.
one.
Add the basic that was not to scale, right?
Of course,
Not to scale, indeed.
Did
Not to scale.
Yes.
Size nor distance.
Distance
Otherwise,
is-
we'll be sending them up the street.
you can't do the size one, but I think with the squeaky globe being the moon, the Earth would have to be much smaller, and the moon would have to be like a dot.
Well, yes, but that's why I said make the squeaky earth the sun, because it's the biggest one he's got there.
Right. But the Earth is so much bigger than the
Oh,
moon. The sun is so much bigger than the Earth, and the Earth is significantly bigger than the moon.
Mavit.
Yeah, I did see this one. Let me see if I can post this again. That the moon really doesn't orbit the Earth. I know that it really orbits the sun. And here's the picture.
strictly speaking, yes. But
Well, it actually
that's
does.
everything to...
If you look at it in this perspective, that the moon actually orbits the sun.
I'm waiting for you to share that.
I just posted it.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't. No.
No, he did.
Oh, wrong one. Okay, but hold on, I'm posting the wrong stuff. Hold on.
You got the wrong one.
Okay,
Lunar
Carl,
eclipse for
together.
beginners. Is that it?
hold on a second. Yeah, I'm posting the wrong stuff. Hold on. It gave me the right picture, but then I know it's just the wrong stuff. Excuse me.
Mavit.
Yeah, I messed up. Sorry. There.
Shout out to Quantum Decreaser. Okay. Oh, this is complicated, man. I am graph illiterate. You gotta explain this to me, man.
Well, because the Earth is actually rotating, the Earth is orbiting the sun. As we see the moon orbit the Earth, it's really orbiting the sun. Because the difference, the moon just goes like, in this one, the moon would go up and down relative to the path of the Earth.
Dude, this is like advanced,
Yeah, it goes
I
up and
know.
down.
high level university graph.
Yeah, I know. It's one of those things that once you look at it, you go, well, yeah, sort of.
Well, it goes up and down, and it speeds up and slows down.
So if we will make a sound, it will go wow, 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 like that.
I don't know. The moon is a tough thing for flat earthers because it basically, well, they have to deny outer space. Then you have to deny that the moon is real. Then you have to deny that we can, they have to deny a whole bunch of stuff. Then you get an eclipse like this, and they get into a whole different level of denial. Anyway, I have to go cook some dinner, so I'll be back.
But this is difficult. What is the link that you shared, like for kids?
Oh,
You shared a link, but not the video that you got there. The link that you shared
okay,
previously.
hold on a second. Let me find that one.
You took it out.
I took it out. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll put it back here. Let me find it.
Because we might need that for flat earthers to understand.
No, the kids one is probably more their level. The other one was a little more advanced. This one is like the first one is like for little kids, and the second one is for like middle school.
Alright.
Post it back.
Yeah, we're gonna have. We are gonna have soon again. Thank you, Quantum Degreaser. Sorry, I insulted your intellectual degreaser. Quantum Degreaser. When we get in the 10-hour Squeaky Earth ASMR back, we will get it soon. It's gonna be a lot better visuals than the other one. It's gonna have real-time movement. It's gonna be stitched up together just fine, and it will be a live stream of a 10 hours. It will be a live stream. I have to plan that out really good. and it will go on like for a long time. Live stream. It's gonna be surprises. Every 15 minutes we'll have surprises. So in order to see what surprises, you're gonna have to watch, because every 15 minutes there will be new surprise.
Here it is from mysteryeclipse.com.
Dang. Sorry, those are my dogs barking. Sounds so different than when the big dog neighbor barks.
Are they chihuahuas?
Yeah. And
Oh yeah.
You got the big mean ones, huh?
yeah, the ankle biters.
They're so fierce until you pick them up. You know, they have that. They don't even have a collar. You got like I don't know what you call it. It goes all around their whole body.
Yeah, a little harness.
Yeah, and then when they like bark, 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 and then the person comes and picks them up, and all 4 feet are off the ground. They're just hanging there, and they go, "Okay,
Yeah.
I guess I'll be quiet. I gotta go."
Uh-oh, lunar eclipse geometry. Penumbral lunar eclipse, partial lunar eclipse, and total lunar eclipse. Flat earthers will say, you're missing the selenarian eclipse. Which it could be either of the three. I mean, it could be either, all right? I mean, you can have a selenalion, a total eclipse, selenalion that could be just a partial, or a selenalion that could be just a penumbral.
No, I think it's considered selenilian if it's total.
Has to be total. Is there a rule for a selenalion must be a total eclipse?
Kind of, because I think you can see the moon and the sun in every eclipse if you're high enough.
You can see there's an eclipse is that you can see when the eclipse start happening, the sun is still in the sky. You can see the sun still in the sky, but for a small, short period of time. There's never a full lunar eclipse or full lunar eclipse with the sun visible on the sky. Both.
Supposed to be. During total full lunar eclipse, the sun and the moon in the sky.
Doubt it. I don't know. Correct me, please, guys, if I'm wrong. If anybody knows better, but I don't know. I don't.
I checked on Stellarium, and the last one they said 2017, I think. They both were quite high during total eclipse above the.
Oh, really?
Horizon. Yeah.
Okay.
Like 1 degree at least. But
then I retract my right statement.
It's simply a matter of being at the right place. There's a selenalian eclipse with every lunar eclipse. You just have to be at the right place to see it.
Right.
That's what makes it rare. It's not rare, but it's rare for any one spot.
I like this image. Is the one I kill all the images, but this one. Woo wee! Where you got this composite, so you can see the actual sizes, and then you see the shadow. It's really fucking cool. We need a flat earther in here to fully explain the eclipse. We really do.
Well, be careful what you wish for.
Hey, shout out to Gary. Gary joined. Gary, you heard selenilion and you wanted to join. Or are you coming to talk about selenilion eclipse? Or in general, you want to just give us your understanding on how a lunar eclipse works? If Earth was not a globe.
I just happened to be in one of those spots where it was a selenilion yesterday. Isn't that funny? Sun went down at 8:02. The moon rose at 7:55. It's a 7-minute gap. Sorry, I'm up and up and it's hot and I'm doing lawn work. So I could fully see the sun. I could fully see the moon. It was about 2/3 already eclipsed at the time. Maybe a little more.
you have images of that?
I was driving. I was
Look,
coming home
was
from
one of
I
those
was coming home
things.
from Fresno. The sun was directly in front of me, or just a little off to the right, and I could see the moon in my rear view. Well, not in the rear view. I had to kind of use the side mirror to maneuver it to find it and look over my shoulder because it was in the southeast. But I could see it. I could see the moon. I could see about 2/3 eclipsed, maybe a little more, and I could still see the sun in front of me. And like I said, time and date. My sunset was 8:02, and my moon rise was 7:55. So the moon rose 7 minutes before the sunset.
Look, this one of the things you stop your car and take a picture.
It's heavy traffic, and you have to be in the perfect spot because there's all kinds of overpasses that block your view and trees because there's vineyards, or not vineyards, there's orchards everywhere. So you can't just stop at any place. I was on the highway. It was busy. Everybody's coming home on Sunday night.
See what I'm saying? I don't care what time and date says about sunset and sunrise. I want to see it.
Well, they're pretty accurate, I would say. So 7 minutes, and I did see them. Yes, I didn't take a picture. I was busy driving. I had almost actually forgotten all about it, except for I was driving home and the sun was in my eyes. And then I was like, oh, shit, we should be close to the eclipse and the moonrise. That's when I started looking for it.
In your eyes.
So where were you? Where were you on Earth? Where are you on Earth that you saw this, Gary? Not perfectly, but state if you want to say, if you can. I really don't know. I just want to picture that and visualize when was the sunset yesterday and the moonrise and the eclipse time. I want to verify those three items before I just run along with it. Is that fair for me to ask? Location, sort of location, so we can verify when was the sunset yesterday for Gary, when was the eclipse time? You know.
Oh, I was muted. I was telling you all that.
Sorry.
I was driving through Madera, California. My moonrise was at 114 degrees east southeast, and my sunset was at I think it was a 295 northwest. So they're at opposite ends of the sky, basically.
So Madera, Cali, and that's the information. If
that's
now,
where I was in my car when I was looking at all this.
Let me holler at the YouTube audience. You guys are faster and smarter, and maybe somebody here on Discord that would like to quickly look for Madera, California. And if you find out,
it would actually probably be better to
please,
just say
Gary, I'm asking something to the audience. If anybody can please verify when was the sunset yesterday for that Madera, California, and when was the time of the eclipse yesterday, please, and thank you. If anybody can.
You might not get Madera on your search, so if you look for Fresno, it's pretty close.
Fresno, yeah, Fresno. Yeah, thank you.
Because that will come right up. And Fresno is about a minute off from where I actually live.
Yeah, give or take a few minutes, you know.
Yeah, I was within 30 minutes drive home.
Sunrise in Madera, 5:51.
You're looking at something else. That's Madera Park, and that's not Madera. That's why I said look up Fresno. You'll find Fresno.
Madera, California. There's more than one.
You know, you're looking at Madera Parks. It's called. That's what you're looking at.
I'm looking at.
I don't know where that is. That's not Madera.
Fresno is right. You'll encompass everything. Like if I want to say somebody like look in Clearwater. Yeah, if I want to say where are you at? Clearwater, Florida. Even though I'm in Largo, it's like a few minutes away. It's still kind of.
Madera on the 99.
Fresno.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah, between Fresno and Merced.
So when was the time of the eclipse? What was the time of the eclipse yesterday for that area on the world, Shaik? And then verify with the sun was up for how long?
Hold on, let's see the moon.
I wouldn't even know how to look for this. How to look about it.
It's on time and date.
I am time and day illiterate, bro. I don't know how to look at the information.
Well, it's right. Moon set 6:09 and sunrise 5:50.
We're talking about we're talking about the moonrise and the sunset.
We're talking about the eclipse, the time of the lunar eclipse from yesterday. What time was the eclipse and was the sun up for how long?
Wait, so I need to go to the 15, right?
Yes. I mean, was the 15? Yeah. Or the 16? Or was it already 16 after midnight?
Oh, the 15th. Yeah, 15th.
Yeah, 15.
Moonrise 7:54.
Yeah, and I said 7:55 because by where I actually live, it was 7:55.
7:50-ish.
But right about there, it would be about 7:54.
And sunset 8:02.
So you you got a few minutes here. You got a few
I had
minutes.
like 7.
Like 7 minutes when the eclipse just began, even though like the first 15-20 minutes, half an hour, I barely saw anything on the eclipse, just a kind of a little bit of a shadow in a little corner. That's why I say when you see a selenium eclipse, you never see a total lunar eclipse when the sun is up. You just see a small segment when the eclipse is just beginning to happen, when a selenium is going on.
Well, when I can directly see the sun and the moon, there shouldn't be any shadow. I'm sorry. I don't care what you guys' excuses are.
And then the penumbra type of thing will start to happen. The penumbra will start to happen when it's not the solid shadow still going. Got it? Yeah, makes sense. Perfect. Perfectly fine. Works in a globe.
So
perfect.
I had 8 minutes according to him with both moon and sun. That's a selenalian.
I can visualize it, yeah. I can visualize it and it's perfect. Perfectly fine. I can visualize that the penumbra will be seen when the sun is still up when you see the sun and the moon and you see the penumbra shadow coming in. I can visualize it because there's curvature to the earth. There's something that is called
there was nothing in between the
earth.
sun and the moon. There was no earth between the sun and the moon. You could draw a line straight across the sky to both. They had direct line of sight with each other.
There were no mountains or places with a bunch of trees in the area.
Yeah, I had trees, but I was on the highway, so I get some clearings, and then I would be behind trees, and then there's a lot of overpasses between Madera and Fresno.
It's the curvature of the earth giving you a little bit of
penumbra shadow. They block your rear view.
The moon would have been blocked for a little while before it would have got above those with all the trees and mountains and whatnot.
No. It actually has to pop up over the mountains.
Yeah.
So you can see it. It's just that if you're too close to trees, they will, and they're higher than you, they will block your view. So I couldn't just stop anywhere anyhow. And plus, it was heavy traffic. Everybody's going home on Sunday nights, and a lot of that's bottlenecked 2 lanes.
How much are you?
So I didn't get the picture, but I do have the time and date to back up what I'm saying.
Shaik, we need a quick clarification. We need a quick clarification here. What do we mean when we say rise and set? Does it touches the horizon or does disappears when it disappears completely? I mean, we need definitions here because when you say set, what does that even mean? For not for a globe, not for the globe. Of course.
I think it's disappear. Disappear or start to appear. After that, it's dawn or dusk.
It's got twilight stuff in there, doesn't it?
Anybody there? Did I lose everybody? Well, okay.
It seems right. Well, I told people that in California they should be able to see the sun and the moon at the same time.
So it wasn't a total eclipse yet. It was
No, it was
just
about 2/3.
starting. Okay.
No, it was about 2/3 eclipsed already. It was totally eclipsed by the time I got home, which was about
not
30
totally
minutes.
yet. Okay.
I
It
gotta
doesn't
throw a
matter.
big
There's
shout out. Got it.
direct
We had
line.
the first super chat today, man. We've been here for over an hour, dude. We've been here 2 hours already. No, 1 hour and a half. Come on.
You had a
1.5 hours. The first super chat today, Kango 44 for 5 New Zealand. Nathan Thompson has a very good explanation for this. Nathan Thompson has a very good explanation for this. And I quote, lights in the sky change colors sometime. Unquote. Thank you very much, Kango44, for bringing us that very, very valuable information from Nathan Thompson.
Well, dang, I'm convinced.
Oh shit! Everybody down. Is that a shot? Fucking Gary, you scare me, man. Come on, shootings everywhere. You've been bagging.
Oh my! I must have pocket unmuted. I slammed the pool gate.
Yeah.
It's a little breezy, so it slammed it behind me.
Oh, that sound anyway.
Woof! Scare me like that, man. Come on.
Well,
Good
I'll just
times,
say
man.
we all look forward to seeing a diagram of why a 2/3 lunar eclipse is impossible when the sun is close to sunset.
Dude, that fan is possessed. Holy shit. I bet that you hear a zooming, a buzz all day long after when you're not in the computer. You're like, yeah. You go like, what the fuck is that sound, man? You probably don't even hear it now. Used to it.
I've got the headphones on, so it's not that loud to me. But I'll come up with something. I'm new at this. Don't judge me.
Yeah,
No, it's all good. It's all
no
good.
trouble picking it up.
As long as you stay muted when you're not talking, it's all good. I don't mind. As I say, when you're talking, I mean, you know what users we got here. We got Lemon Bird always hot micing, and Brian always hot micing, and people like that. So it's okay. Not just you. Even I mean, I'll give you another one. Beeble, Artist Life. It's usually with a bad mic. Like it's true.
Oh, his mic's awful.
Yeah. No. Mine, I mean, lately, you got that, like I'm in a fucking typhoon because I got the fan, blowing near me. Dogs barking in the neighbor, people sawing shit around, but hey, it is what it is.
You're fine. It's a flip flop that's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that bloody flip flop. Yeah.
We got an image over here by Blue posted. Some information here for Fresno, Cali. Blue, you want to break it down so I can understand what you're showing in this image really quick? And
No, I'm just showing that Gary didn't know what he was looking at. The eclipse in Fresno started at 7:52. It was maximum. I'm talking about the total part of it. It was maximum. What does it say at 9:11, and it ended at 11:50. So it wasn't 2/3 eclipsed when you first saw it, Gary. It was just starting.
shout out to RT96 with a $2 super chat. Did Gary scale his car mirrors correctly when you were looking at the eclipse through when you were driving and looking at it? More cowbell. Cowbell is food for. Gary, did you scale your car mirrors when you were looking at the eclipse correctly? Yeah, it made perfect sense. That's why I meant that a selenium eclipse doesn't necessarily have to be seen when when a full solar eclipse is scheduled. It could be a partial solar eclipse. It could be something. Depends on the location that you're on Earth. There's probably going to be a few minutes before the actual sunset, and the moon still is visible for you, and the lunar eclipse will begin to happen. So you're going to have this just a few minutes in the beginning. You're going to catch a little bit of it. Doesn't necessarily have to be for a full lunar eclipse. I might still be wrong, but I think I can visualize that being correct and nothing wrong with it. Well, Doofus Manfred, you're a bad man because according to Geo, you are toxic and a psychopath. Because you mentioned, Doofus, you mentioned that electromagnetism doesn't change the path light takes. How dare you? You are a psychopath and you are toxic.
You bastard. How can we dare associate
right.
you?
He posted something along the lines of, well, magnetism changes the properties of a medium and causes light to change direction. And ostensibly to support the notion that electromagnetism affects the path of light. Of course, it doesn't. In a vacuum, light has nothing, it has no, or electromagnetism has no effect on the path light takes. But he reached out to me in DMs to tell me that I'm a sociopath and that I'm toxic. I'm curious as to how that happened. It's still a bit confusing.
How dare you
Maybe
challenge them? Sorry, Shai, go ahead.
no, maybe it's unrelated.
I mean, if I hadn't said anything, he wouldn't have DM'd me that huge chain of text. It might be unrelated, but I mean, I guess I triggered him by telling him some aspect of reality. So if that makes me toxic to point out some aspect of reality, I guess I'm toxic then.
In reality, Doofus, did you challenge? I mean, was it challenging what you typed? Did it go against what he believes, think he knows?
Yeah, essentially, I guess I challenged his beliefs with aspects of reality.
How dare you, man? How dare you?
Maybe reality is toxic.
Yeah, that pesky reality is such a problem.
Bastard.
I think it was in voice chat, though. I don't remember that happening.
Oh, and I employ tactics. I don't know what they are, of course.
Remember earlier, Gary said that it was more than 50% in shadow when the sun was still up. And that is impossible because it took like 2 hours after the eclipse began. It took 2 hours or more for it to be full eclipse. So it's got to be at least an hour to an hour and a half since the eclipse began until it was either 50% or 2/3 covered
No.
with the shadow.
No, it was about 2/3 of at around 3 UTC, and he's in UTC +7.
I am time change illiterate. I have no idea. Those are like terms that I
the numbers.
don't understand.
Just at the numbers. 3 and 7.
Right, UTC -7. Let's see.
He's at UTC
-4.
-7.
Yeah, -7.
I don't know. Is that something that hurts when you pee? A UTC?
Nope.
Oh, that's a UTI. Sorry. Fuck it.
Flop flip.
Sorry, I am a short. How do you say the siglas? What letter stands for illiterate?
acronym illiterate.
Well, as far as the order of letters within a word, that's dyslexic. Or
Yep.
perhaps the order of words within a sentence.
Yeah, I don't think I am that. Even though some people thought about like I was dyslexic in the beginning when I started speaking English, because translation from Spanish to English is or if you translate something from English to Spanish, it's like the words go backwards.
Right.
The
The
translation
adjectives
get
are
lost.
usually
Yeah.
the adjectives are usually in a different order than the
Yes,
subject.
exactly. So some people thought like, are you dyslexic? I mean, I don't mind the accent. It's very rough, and I gotta struggle to understand you. But you're saying the things backwards. I said like, no, I don't know idea. And then I start figuring out like, fucking A, I cannot translate word by word to English because I have to grab a phrase or a sentence, a sentiment, a whole thing, and then translate it. So it's gonna be in the different order.
Mhm.
Just turn around.
Yeah. Say your sentences backwards.
Shout out to Bob the Science Guy hanging out in the YouTube chat box. Shout out to everybody over here in the call. We got a bunch of people in Discord. Anybody want to jump in, or you got anything specific that you want to share? Holler at me and I'll put it up. I got this image up on screen because it's a lunar eclipse-ish thing, and it looks really cool for now. Hold on said, UTC is London time. You don't live there, so you don't have to add or subtract hours depending on where you are on the pizza. Just think a little, flip-flop. I can't. I am thinking illiterate. I just don't think. I just act and react.
No, we're not on UTC at the moment.
Yeah.
We are
London's-
+1.
Yep.
I mean, the first step is acceptance. The second step should be learning the right way. I'm happy with the first step. I accept that I am illiterate. I'm not planning on going to the second step anytime soon. I stay illiterate. It's okay. It's okay. I accept it.
It's fine. The science guy's lad is in Cornwall. Oh, I hope he's enjoying himself. It's very nice down there, the West Country.
I'm not sure if this was mentioned in the show since I had to leave earlier, but it's if somebody brings up if a flat earther, I guess, or a globe skeptic or whatever they want to call themselves, level is horizontaler, says that Selenian eclipse or selenium, whatever, debunks the globe somehow. Unfortunately, what you have to be in order to see that happen is you have to be directly between the sun and the moon. The sun's on one side of you, the moon's on the other side of you, and you're standing on the earth. So the earth is between the sun and the moon. You're observing the heliocentric model directly. So I mean, you earn negative points for your side by doing that.
And I have heard that some people that talk about selenium eclipse and they laugh at the globe, how the globe works. And then you see him attempting to explain in either older videos or more darker hidden videos they got, and compilations like this brainwash little hits propaganda pieces that they put, and they put a compilation of things, and they put the little AE map with the sun and the moon rotating, and then they put it until they are together, getting together, and then they call that an eclipse when they go together, the sun and the moon passing in front of each other, and all the shit. But right now you're just projecting, laughing at how the globe works when it's right in front of your face. And then in the other hand, you're just telling it works in a total different way. that is just not reality.
Right. If they bring the sun and the moon together, what they're attempting to describe is a solar eclipse, and they still can't do a lunar eclipse.
Ever.
Yeah,
unless they invoke magic. What is magic? Well, Rahu, Ketu, and Lilith, and whatever dark bodies that nobody sees. Only when there's an eclipse, that's when you see as a black
Lilith was
dark
a nice.
disk shadow. Go ahead.
Yeah, Lilith was a nice reference.
Yes, you can see Lilith, you can see Ketu, Rahu, and Ketu. Of course, you can see them when there's a lunar eclipse. Look, you see that? Do you see that? I mean, and you see that, and you see the sun eclipse too. Those are those dark bodies. All you can see is a disk, dark disk. There's no form; they're shapeless. It's just an item that exists in reality that nobody knows where they are, what they are, how they behave, but they are there just to make eclipses happen. Thank you.
Right, and while they're making an eclipse, you can see stars through them.
Yeah, they conveniently block out the thing they're trying to block out, but everything around the thing they're blocking out is totally not blocked out. You can never, ever, ever have it block light from anything except for the sun or the moon.
And then you can ask, like Lemon. I bet Lemon, if you ask Lemon Bird, which is the only person that I know that could give an answer, instead of talking about the globe, on how the globe doesn't work, or talking about something else, obfuscating, Lemon Bird will give a direct answer on how an eclipse works, a solar and a lunar. And Lemon Bird, I can bet that he will invoke those whatever strange bodies that nobody ever witnesses. It's magic. I mean, pretty much magic. But not the magic like the illusions or David Copperfield or like whatever, just your card game tricks that is, yeah, you just sleight of hands and using some gadgets and body doubles and shit like that. No, it's magic like the spiritual, the non-physical, type of magic. Supernatural. It's the supernatural magic what they invoke. It's not the physical and natural magic like we can slide of hands to play cards and shit. They invoke the supernatural when they talk about it first. Am I being too harsh? Because that's true. I mean, it's true. I mean, in a very simple way, trying not to disrespect, that's what is happening. Or Lemonberg could give another explanation besides these magical bodies in the sky. It could be something else or whatever. That could be Lemonberg's answer to be correct. It's all done. I gotta go away from the keyboard for like 5 minutes. I'll be back shortly. The image of the moon is up. I hope you guys talk among yourselves. If not, there's be silence or 5. Be back shortly. Boom.
Oh, there you go then. Can have silence, eh?
A Selenian eclipse is an interesting topic to bring up because then, of course, we end up having to explain celestial refraction, perhaps. But what's interesting is if there was no such thing as refraction, you could actually see the top half of the sun and the top half of the moon, and the eclipse that occurs then, that would actually still be possible. Be even better as you gain altitude.
Yeah, but it is ironic that all day somebody's been telling us that a Selenian eclipse is impossible on the globe Earth, which is just yeah.
It's so amusing because you're standing between the sun and the moon on the Earth.
Yes. And the reason we can see what we see is because in actuality they are both past the horizon, but due to refraction you can see both the sun and the shadow on the moon.
Right, even without refraction, like I was mentioning, you could see the top half of the sun and the top half of the moon if refraction didn't exist at all, and you could still see that occurring because, geometry.
But yeah, how on earth would that work on a flat Earth?
It wouldn't on a flat Earth, not at all.
Correct.
Anyway, I guess while I'm sitting here, I'm poking other people at random on other servers. It seems that the existence of refraction excludes the possibility that the Earth has curvature. For some reason, that's somehow an argument. Like, if refraction exists, therefore the Earth cannot be curved. That's what they're telling me.
Right.
There aren't words for this kind of stuff. You can't make it up.
I know. If you did, people wouldn't believe it.
I don't believe it. Yeah, I understand.
Uh,
I'm sure the Queen of Canada can straighten it all out for you.
what's that?
The Queen of Canada can straighten it all out.
Oh, yeah, well, yes. I saw how she told people not to pay the utility bills, and so people didn't. And now the utility bills are going, you want to pay up or do you want to go to court?
Up on screen is an image by John Watson taken in 2015. Thank you, John.
Oh, that's very nice.
And I chose my words very carefully. I say an image. I didn't say a photograph or a photo. It is an image.
Yeah, but is that before or after Earth became flat?
Composite. It's fake.
CGI.
What is wrong with a composite? I mean, it doesn't mean
nothing.
fake. It means
Of course
composite.
Not unless you're a flat earth, then it quite clearly means it's fake because they want it to mean it's fake.
Manipulated, altered, manipulated, maybe. Yes. Fake? No.
Jose, I DM'd you a couple of images, by the way.
I got one up, and then the other one is another one. The other one is up right now, coming up little by little. very heavy image because it's taking a while. There you go.
Yeah, the best one's probably actually the second one, and it's smaller.
Yeah, I got him up. I had it up. Thank you for sharing that. It's Monday.
Hey, can I correct Blue?
Blue is not here, but if you want to say something.
Sorry, I didn't look. Yeah, he tried to say that it couldn't be as Eclipse as it was when I said, but it was at 8:30 my house, which was just another 30 minutes or so. I told you I could see everything. And that it looked like 2/3 or maybe a little bit more eclipse. By the time I got home, it was full of a picture timestamp. So Blue's wrong. But what else is new?
Oh, the irony.
So, is that Gary?
Yep.
Yeah. So, what do you think about the image that's being shared right now that I personally took? What is that?
I don't see the image. Here, let me hit the thing. Is it straight across line?
Yeah.
So what do you want? What do you want to know?
What do you think it is?
Oh, I have no idea. It's not the Earth, though. It could be all kinds of other things.
It's not. No, it's of the moon, Gary. It's a lunar eclipse. The whole thing is a series.
I understand it's an eclipse. Yeah. What about it?
A series of pictures of the moon.
Okay. What about it?
What do you think is happening there? What do you think that is?
That's what I answered you. I don't know, but it's not the Earth.
That's
and I said it could be a whole bunch of other things.
That's quite a. Oh, so all right. So you're saying that the thing that's causing that to happen is not the Earth. Is that your answer?
That's what I said. Yes. Do you want me to repeat it the fourth time now?
You just said it's not the Earth. Of course, it's not the Earth.
Yes, I said that.
It's not the Earth. It's the moon. So you're saying
I didn't say your stupid line was the moon. Do you?
The effect.
You asked me. You wanted to know what I think. I don't know, but it's not caused by the Earth.
It's not
a shadow of the Earth.
Right. Now
do you understand?
Well, you just said it's not the Earth. Clearly, it isn't. It's the moon.
I said no. He asked me what the cause. I said that it's the cause is. In other words, the cause is not the Earth. This is pretty easy to understand. I wasn't.
I'm just going to present. Hold on, John. I'm just going to present on screen image of the flat Earth. This is a composite of flat Earth images on screen right now. Lubo, you're welcome, man. Go ahead. Go ahead, guys. Sorry.
You should put all the pizza fixings in shape of. So anyhow, who was I talking to just a second ago? John. Okay. So last night I could see both the sun and the moon at the same time, and without using the word refraction.
Right. That's special. And what?
Yeah, and
it's funnier every time I hear it. I like hearing you guys repeat that. Refraction. Right.
But as I mentioned earlier thanks, Gary. But as I mentioned earlier, within
You can't help it. He's a cunt.
yeah, this might require
push through it, Doofus. Push through it. You know, he's
Push through
asking for a mute or some time out,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah, I didn't know I can time people out over here, but go ahead, Doofus.
Right. And as I mentioned earlier in the stream, even if refraction was not present at all, if refraction didn't exist in our version of reality that we're making up right now, we would be able to see on a globe the top half of the sun and the top half of the moon simultaneously while a lunar eclipse is occurring. So
Yes.
all refraction does in this case is just elevate them a little bit. 37 arc minutes at maximum near the horizon.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a cool story.
Gary, do you want to attempt to explain to us how just a normal lunar eclipse work without bringing a
I have
certain
no idea.
alien?
No, I have no idea. I have one idea, but I'm not ready. And I've had the idea for a while.
Alright.
I just haven't really given it a lot of thought.
But you know what? It's actually good if you want it, because I was asked for that a lot of times. I say like, well, what I don't have any evidence for. Is my speculation. It works in my brain. I'm gonna give it to you. So at least I'm not gonna be asked for it. Like, oh, you're fucking wrong, because it's just a speculation, you know. But I can see it working. If you want to share with us, I appreciate it.
No, because if I say anything, then they'll just be a bunch of jackasses. I'm not gonna do that until I'm ready.
All right.
When I'm ready, I
big
say things.
Big shout out to John Rapp for the $2 Australian. Gary, we predict refraction hundreds of years ahead. Thank you, John Rapp.
Yeah, you converted perspective session.
I would like to hear your speculation. I would like to hear what you think that in your mind. How do you see this eclipse work? Just out of curiosity, man. Come on, man. Play the game, bro.
Just put it this way. It has to do with opposite ends on it.
Oh, you cut up there. Opposite ends up.
That they're at opposite sides of a flat Earth. Time is it's not all the way south yet that it normally goes. It's still got a couple more days, but and the sun is far north, so they're kind of at their farthest points when these eclipses hit. Now there may be other ones. I don't know. I haven't really looked into it. So, but I'm just saying right now, the sun set at 295 west, and my moon rose at 113 southeast, or east southeast, I should say. And so they're kind of at opposite ends, either on a globe or a flat Earth model. So it has something to do with the distance. But I'm not going to tell you anymore until I'm ready.
But that happens every month.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Gary, that happens every month. They're opposite to each other every month.
Not always at the same point. That moon moves back and forth.
What do you mean? When they're opposite, they're opposite.
Not quite the same, no. Because sometimes right now the moon is more, or the sun, when the moon hits far south, and vice versa. Let's say the sun is, then you'll have maybe the eclipses when the moon is far north. I'm almost betting on it, even though I've never looked it up.
Your push to talk is slipping, Gary.
I don't know. It's just cutting out then. Here, I'll hang up and rejoin.
Yeah. We're losing just a few words in between, so I don't want to get too lost.
We're lost.
Better that way.
Sure.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. This eclipse, I don't know what you heard and what you didn't hear, so I'm just going to do it. I'll try to do it fast. So this eclipse, the sun is far north at this time of year, right? And right now, this full moon is far south. And it's not all the way south that it can go. It's 2 more days and it'll reach its farthest point south of east, where it gets over Capricorn. But it's got a few days away from that. Now the moon, we see it change rapidly every day, right? We will agree. Where we see it on the horizons makes big jumps compared to the sun, right?
Just carry on. Just go ahead.
Okay. Well, anyhow, I haven't looked this up, so I don't know. I could be wrong, and somebody can look it up. I'm just going to take my guess that you're going to get these full eclipses when either the sun is far north and the moon is far south, or when the sun is far south and the moon is far north for a full moon. I'll bet you anywhere in there. I don't know. I have no idea. I could be wrong, but I'm guessing. I bet you get most of your eclipses when they're farthest away like that.
No.
Huh? Don't just say no.
You're just saying no.
Something that says it doesn't.
John Watson is just saying no. He's just saying no, and that's getting a little bit annoying. But before we can address that, why are you just saying no? I want to read a super chat by Sean Smith for $5. Gary, you say, hold on, let me wait because we got the notification on YouTube, so I gotta give it a Gary, you say it can't be the Earth, but it could be other things. Sounds like an illogical bias to support a failed idea to me. That's Sean Smith.
That's nice.
I can explain that no answer a little bit more in detail. The plane of the ecliptic, as it crosses through the Earth, does so on a plane that's not parallel with anything else on the Earth, really. Like, it's not going to be parallel with the equator. It's not going to be parallel with any line of latitude or anything like that. The subsolar point, where that is at that moment, because the sun lies in the ecliptic, that traces a great circle where that subsolar point is around the Earth. So the sun, if the subsolar point is north of the equator, in order for a lunar eclipse to occur, the moon would have to have the sublunar point, if you want to call it that, would have to be south of the equator. Sure, because the plane of the ecliptic is crossing through at those 2 points as well.
So you agreed with me, basically. You just gave another reason why instead.
No,
but you basically agree those eclipses like that are going to be one's far south and one's far north.
It can occur, but it's not required. The sun and the moon, if this was an eclipse, a lunar eclipse that occurred during an equinox, for instance, the sun and the moon would be both viewable at zenith over the equator. Neither of them are north or south.
Gary,
that would still be a far point. So you might have another one.
Can you define what you think the subsolar point is? What is that? The subsolar point. What is that?
Are you talking to me?
To Gary, sorry.
Yeah, where it's the point on Earth where the sun is directly overhead.
Right. Right, okay. Do you know what the anti-solar point is?
Well, I suppose in your model, it's on the opposite side.
If you guys over here in the call to each other, you sound really loud to each other, you can lower their volume slightly a little bit to each other. So I got it good adjusted for YouTube. Hopefully, if YouTube give me some feedback, if anybody sounds really extremely louder than others, let me know. But I think I got it right for everybody. So you guys, sorry.
Is it me? Do I sound loud?
I got to move some sprinklers. I'll be right back.
Now you sounded really loud, Doofus.
Really loud. Turn them down.
I mean, in astronomy, the subsolar point doesn't, to me, doesn't mean anything. The anti-solar point certainly does. The anti-solar point is the opposite side of the celestial sphere to where the sun actually is, and that's where it's obvious to me. That's where the Earth is going to cast its shadow, and if the moon crosses into the anti-solar point, that's when you get an eclipse, right? The subsolar point is just not something that really means anything. It's a flat Earth construct that just means absolutely fuck all. But yeah, Gary's got to go away. What I'd like to know is that how come if we work all of the stuff out and lunar eclipses and solar eclipses are predictable and we know kind of what they are based on the globe model, how come it's wrong? That's what I'd like to know.
Was that question for me? Sorry, I fell asleep for like 2 minutes there for a minute.
Yeah, I know. I know that my soothing voice is it just sends you into lullabies, doesn't it?
Ah,
Yeah, it's nice, but no, I'm actually trying to talk about stuff. But yeah, Gary's away, so fucking I know.
I'm back.
a tartan smoothie.
Gary, what did you mean the sun is its farthest north? It's only May.
Yeah, it's almost to where it'll not go anymore. It's only going to go up to like 301 degrees, where I see the sun set. It's already at 295, so we're only 5 degrees away, and it'll sit there for like 3 weeks without moving.
So it's not at the northeast, is it?
I didn't say that.
I said
it's far north. Did I say it's that extreme? I made points to say it wasn't all the way north, or the moon wasn't all the way south.
So let me go on the list of the upcoming lunar eclipse. There will be one at Mars 14, 2025. That's not north. Mars 3rd, 2026. That's not north. April 25 at 2032. That's also not north. So it has nothing to do with...
Well, I said I hadn't thought it through. It could be wrong. I'm not, but I'm still sticking with it for now.
So we can exclude...
Oh, and by the way, are those full eclipses or partial?
Those are all total eclipses. Somewhere.
Yeah, I'm asking about the ones you just mentioned. Are they total eclipses or partial?
Yeah, they are all total eclipses.
Okay, I'll look it up if I remember.
But like I said, the sun and the moon are at opposite each month. Yet this not happen every month.
May I ask Gary a question?
Yeah, hold it. Let me answer Chikey for a second there. Like you take the next full moon and its relation to the sun, it's going to be different. The next full moon would be farther south, I'm assuming, right?
If you draw a line, it would be straight, just like at this lunar eclipse and every
No,
other
I'm just talking
time.
about the next full moon right now. When's the next full moon will be in like, what, 28 days, 29 days? But I'll bet you that full moon is even farther south on the horizon. The sun will be even farther north, obviously.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, it just depends on their because they don't run at the same time, so it's just where it coincides finally at a certain. Because the moon takes, I know you think it takes 28 days to make one orbit, but I think it takes 25 hours plus or minus. I think it's just a little bit slower than the sun, about 45 minutes to an hour.
I'm not talking about Earth orbit or anything, but they must be opposite to each other. Otherwise, I will see shadows on the moon.
Yeah, they can be opposite each other, but the one can be closer than one than the other.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I think so. I could be wrong, but
well, it could be a bit closer or a bit further away. Depends which.
Yeah, I just have to look up the next full moon and then see where the and the moon rises.
No, depend on which months of the year.
It depends on the 28-day cycle of the moon and where it lands with the sun.
The moons move farther and closer to the sun, about 800,000 kilometers, and the sun gets closer by 3 million miles. So yes, it's different times of the year.
Just look up the different full moons and where they land. You'll see that the full moon will be at a different place each month on the horizon where you see it. Yeah, where you see it rise.
In our model, the moon has a 5-degree tilt. The orbital
I know that's what you said. It's a 5-degree tilt, but it really just moves over.
Oh my goodness, Gary, come on! All right. In our model, the moon has a 5-degree tilt in its orbital plane from the ecliptic, which allows for that next full moon to not be at a point antipodal to the subsolar point.
Okay, I know that's your model, and that's how you guys tried to imitate the real thing by giving the moon a tilt, and that you have it traveling from west to east. So you had to do that to copy the same effects you'll get from a moon that's spiraling inward and outward in very elliptical orbits, because it'll cover the whole territory from Capricorn to Cancer and back in the same time in like 29 days, whatever. 29 days versus the sun taking 365. They do the same thing. They run the same course, the same path, only the moon does a very tighter circle.
The moon doesn't do that.
And then
the moon doesn't actually.
Well, you don't think it does, but that's exactly what it.
No,
and you guys pretended that the moon is
the moon can be observed at zenith. The point where the moon can be observed at zenith does not move from tropic to tropic over the course of 1 month.
Well, I know you don't think so. I do, and my model will work the same. You'll get the same results.
No, because in reality,
you guys hijacked the truth and turned it into a ball because you guys hate God.
In reality, the moon, the point where the moon can be observed at zenith, does not go from tropic to tropic within a month.
Yes, it does.
All right,
within 28 days, it'll run back and forth. If it starts off on the tropic, it'll go
course of 1
tropic
month.
and back to that tropic in 1 month or in 29 days.
Like, I'd like to see some measurements of that.
You could just watch it on the horizon. Look how far south it is right now, and then days later.
I'd like to know.
Fingers left of the push to talk.
What is my opinion of God have to do with astronomy?
Oh, it's just the mathematicians from old. They did not like God. They hated God.
Yeah, we talked about religion yesterday. That's why we talking
Earth into a globe.
We talked about religion yesterday. That's why we're not going to talk about it in the rest of the week. Till maybe Sundays I'll do a Sunday mass. We talk about God and religion on Sundays.
Yeah, I didn't carry it on. I just mentioned it in my remark. He wanted to carry it on, not me.
Yeah, it's irrelevant.
Yeah. So take June, for example, the solstice there. The moon will always, during the June solstice, always be within a range of 28 to 18 degrees, right off of the. Hold on, let me look at that. All right, because the plane of the ecliptic is also tilting.
Well, anyhow, the moon will rise at its furthest south on this cycle in a couple days. So start from there, and then 29 days later, tell me where it's at again. And then, of course, check 14 days or so on the way, and then see what happens when it reverses course again. Tell me how long it takes to go from what you would see the same angles, virtually the same angles with the sun when it's over Capricorn or Cancer.
Gary, it would be 100 degrees to the sun.
I'm not sure what you're even talking about.
I'm talking about if you look at some point west or whatever, you turn 180 degrees, there will be the moon.
You went back to the old thing we were talking about.
Yeah,
right at the moment we were talking about how long it takes for the moon to run a cycle from tropic to tropic. It's going to be 28 and a half or 29 days.
Right, if the moon is on, if the moon is past a descending node, then the entire orbit of the moon around the Earth is going to be below the plane of the ecliptic, so it won't be able to even reach the northern tropic.
Yes.
But it will. It'll have the same angle as the sun when.
Yeah, but it doesn't in reality.
But it does. You're gonna okay. Just watch it in a couple days, and then mark out. Please tell me where the moon is then, and then 14 days later, tell me where the moon, where it rises on your horizon.
Right, as the moon passes
it runs from it runs the same angles, virtually the same angles as the sun from tropic to tropic. It's because they're both running the same path. Only the moon does it in 28 days, and the sun 365.
So how come the moon and the sun don't ever?
Node, the sun or the moon cannot reach the northern tropic. It's impossible for it to do so.
If the sun and the moon are on the same path, how come they don't ever run into each other? I know that's a really dumb question, but I have to ask it.
Makes sense.
They're not the same height.
Gary, doesn't it deter you at all that the path of the moon, the position of the moon, has been recorded for thousands of years?
And it will match my model, what I'm saying, just like it does yours. You be in a circle, you converted it to a ball, and you hijack perspective compression and turn it into a action. Hijack God's truth.
The thing is, it doesn't. The movements of the moon and the precession of lunar orbit has been extremely carefully catalogued and recorded and observed for thousands of years, and you turn up in 2022, and
where's all these careful writings? I haven't seen any.
You think that all those career astronomers and observers were all wrong.
Where are these records?
You've got it right.
These carefully recorded records. Where are they?
Yeah, but they're all based on a globe model, Gary. That's the problem. They're not based on.
No. Where are these records? I haven't seen thousands of years of records.
Plenty of them
Carefully recorded. Have you guys seen them?
Yes.
You can look them up.
Where are they? Are they over there? Are they over there?
Have you ever tried looking them up, Gary?
Not in Paris.
No, you guys bear the burden. So where is it? I have not seen these thousands of years of carefully recorded records on where the moon rises and sets.
I don't think because you've never looked. That's why.
Okay, where are they, B-Ball?
You've never looked.
Have you seen them, B-Ball?
Just Google moon calculator, Gary. Google moon calculator.
You showed the proof of what the claim was. I don't have to prove your claim.
Okay,
prove your claim. You guys claim there's thousands of years of carefully recorded records of moon rises and sets and angles. Where are they?
Asking a question. Go ahead. Someone else is asking a question.
Let's just get a gauge of your knowledge of the lunar and solar cycles. Have you ever heard of moon precession and the Saros cycle, for instance? Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, I don't care what you mean by those. I can see where the moon rises and sets. I can see the drastic change. It moves over 5, 6, 7, sometimes 8 degrees in one night from where it rises on the horizon from the previous night. The sun, it takes like 2 to 3 days to move a degree.
Okay,
1 degree.
So you haven't heard of anything called the Saros cycle?
Yeah, I've heard of the Saros cycle. I don't know anything about it, so.
But do you know what it is? Do you know what it means?
I've heard of it. Yeah, that it's just carefully recorded records. But where are these records that you are carefully recorded? I haven't seen them, and none of you guys have ever showed them.
There it is.
You just say it as if it exists, but we don't. We can't hardly keep records from 300 years ago.
Gary,
these
you just asked for
2,000-year-old
the records. You just asked for the records, and literally that's what the Saros cycle is.
And I'll find thousands of years of records carefully recorded.
Yes.
That I can look at and observe.
And you can predict exactly where the moon.
You guys, if you claim that, then show them to me. Put a link to them in Jose's Boom Uncensored. Put a link to it so we can all see those 2,000 years of records.
It's not like you're going to look at it anyway. Because remember, it's not like you're looking at it.
You're not going to provide it because you can't. You just it's a thing you guys say, but you can't actually show.
What's your claim?
It's like Coriolis.
We can't predict. What's your claim? That we can't predict the moon phases years in advance?
No, I can predict the moon phases. I can look where the moon will be tomorrow because I know how fast it moves from tropic to tropic.
But based on what?
On observations. I watch the moon all the time.
Which is based on what?
Me watching from my backyard where it rises and where it sets. I can watch where it sets.
Oh, but when you predict them, what is that prediction based on?
On my observation.
Which is based on what? The prediction, though.
Observations are when you look.
Yes, your observation. The world.
Well, how much can you define an observation? An observation is something you see and observe.
Yeah, but that observation
you want it to be something different?
That observation and those predictions are based on a globe model.
No, they work perfectly on a flat circle Earth where the sun is and the moon is.
Okay, so let me ask you this question.
Elliptical orbits.
All right,
Works
Gary.
perfectly.
So let me ask you this. Okay, so let me ask you this question, Gary. If the moon is directly above me, and you're looking at the moon at the same time, are we going to be seeing the same side of the moon? Are the phases going to be the same?
We got a super chat. Can I read this while Gary processes his thoughts? RT96 for a $5 super chat. Thank you, RT. We can keep records from 300 years ago. Gary, we can keep records from 300 years ago. And Gary, the Bible is an accurate history from 2,000 years ago. Also, Gary. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we might have some records from 300. That was just a general number. But in general, we don't have a lot of records, and we don't have them from thousands of years.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't. They can't show them. If they can show them, they will link them in
Mayans?
Uncensored. But they won't because I don't expect to see it there.
So watch. So okay. All right. Again, you didn't answer my question, Gary. If the moon is directly above me and you and I are looking at the moon at the same time, are we both going to be looking at the same face of the moon?
Yeah, I answered your question, but I was muted evidently. I did answer. I didn't avoid it. Yes, we're looking at the same moon.
I didn't hear it.
See, well, because somebody like Jose, I think, muted me.
No.
Nobody muted.
No, you were not. Something. Nobody muted you. No, you were not.
Oh, I looked at my thing. It was muted. Okay.
No, you were.
We're all looking at the same side of the moon. They're both the exact same face and the same phase on flat Earth.
Yeah.
How?
Same way with you do it on your model.
Just kidding.
Okay, so if it's nighttime,
it doesn't. If you think about it on your model, it doesn't work.
Oh,
we got our zoom lenses, right? We can see all kinds of detail on there, but yet you can't see any difference. Why? You should be able to see a big difference.
It's making on our model.
No, it doesn't work perfectly on your model. If you can zoom in and get the detail you get, then you should be able to see a slight difference, but you can't. And you really can't explain it. You could just make up something, some baloney, and hope everybody swallows it.
Our model, it's actually 240,000 miles away.
We can even diagram it. It's perfect.
Yeah, and somebody can diagram if they want what I'm saying. I'm just not going to be the one who does it.
Nobody.
I'm not going to waste hours of time just to watch somebody like B-Ball just call bullshit.
Hello. Also, we do kind of see a change over time.
Someone's trying to get in. Someone else is trying to get in.
Yeah, that's Lubo from China. Gary, do you know that the whole Chinese calendar is based on lunar cycles? 5,000 years of records based on lunar cycles. There are 2 lunar festivals in China every year. Don't tell me there are not records of moon for thousands of years, because that's literally
So
the
where are
Chinese
they?
calendar
Okay,
does.
all you got to do is produce these records, and you won't.
Can you
because
speak Chinese?
They
Can you
don't
speak
have
Chinese?
5,000 years of records.
Yeah, and you don't
Okay.
speak Chinese, so why should I share it with
Okay,
you?
okay, that's a cool story, but it's just it's bullshit, right?
It's not story. It's not story.
You don't have
Idiot.
5,000. Provide a link. I'm
You
sure that
are
somebody can view
idiot.
these somewhere. These 5,000 years of
Man.
records. It's
The
not
entire
it's just-
Chinese
China.
calendar.
The
Okay,
entire Chinese calendar is based on lunar cycles. Please
those aren't records of people sitting there recording
don't
degrees of where it's risen and where it's set.
Yes, man.
You guys can't provide any of that. We can what we can observe within a short amount of time is how the sun and moon move on the horizons.
Okay, Gary, provide me flat Earth map then. You had
Somebody will eventually
create flat Earth map,
and it will work eventually.
People will. We
Yeah, they
done
will.
for
It will
5,000
eventually
years lunar
because it works
cycles.
with the circling sun and a circling moon.
Gary, you gotta let
guys
someone.
just hijack
Gary,
the
you
math
can't
and
keep
turn it
clipping
into an
in.
elliptical orbit around the sun.
Gary,
Hey, I gotta go. I'll be back in a few minutes. I gotta go move my water. I have to go outside and move my water. I'll be back.
But that's
the problem.
That's extraordinary. That's extraordinary. Chinese. You got Chinese astronomers and Arabian astronomers. Basically, back in the day.
Yeah, like the names of the stars are based on Arabian language, but basically there are so many stars named from Arabian language because they named them. Also, Chinese have their own names for their stars, and a very great example of observing stars and universe is the Crab Nebula. It was observed to be explored as explored supernova in 1054. Yeah, 1054, I think. And now when we point the telescope the same direction, we see Crab Nebula, and it's still expanding. It's just a great example of past observation matching our current observations. And if somebody denying that, especially Chinese calendar, like the people in China, they don't base their birthdays on our like Western calendar. They have their own Chinese calendar, and the birthdays they actually celebrate 2 birthdays. One is the Chinese calendar birthday, and one is the standard calendar birthday. And somebody is saying that no, in 5,000 years nobody observed it. It's idiocy. It's just denying reality. Come to China and see yourself. And not just Chinese, it's just Japanese, Korean. They all have lunar calendar, and the festivals based on the lunar calendars. Basically, there are two festivals based on full moon, and another festival that is Chinese New Year based on new moon. And somebody denying that, it's just like denying reality, denying there is a sun in the sky. You know? It's crazy.
We got a super chat by Kango44 for 5 New Zealand. Thank you,
Praise everybody.
Kango44. Hold on. Gary, for God's sake, visit the library, man. Talk about reality denial. Do you really think we don't have documents from thousands of years? Shout out to Kango.
No, I don't think you have.
Somebody tell
lots of
Lubo
documents.
to drop and rejoin because I don't think he can hear.
By the way, Lubo, he said they have a.
That's denial. Go ahead, sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I don't know if I interrupted.
Can somebody tell Lubo in China to drop and rejoin because apparently he couldn't hear me. He cannot hear me.
Well, I got to run again, but my question to him, I'll be listening.
Anybody can tell Lubo.
On his lunar calendar, how many days are there in a month?
28.
Pardon?
Check.
Yeah, I can hear.
You can hear me, Jin.
I can't hear anything.
8 days, right?
Gary, you did a great job there, representing the flat Earth truth. Well done. And the Gleason's map will do well enough for me today. The Gleason's map. Okay. That map is good
Let's
enough
see about.
to
Let's see.
navigate the Earth. Okay, circumnavigate the Earth with the flat Earth map. The Gleason's map is good enough, more than good enough. Not going to get lost on that map. Okay.
You get
Okay.
lunar eclipses on that map, Tim?
I didn't hear you, cheeky.
Do you get lunar eclipses on this map? How?
You can whatever you see in the sky is happening on the flat Earth. So yes, the answer there is yes. Of course we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been getting those for thousands and thousands of years.
No, how does it happen? How do you explain it?
Sorry. Go ahead.
I think the phases of the moon will be changing hourly on flat Earth.
Not really. No, not really. It is
Yes,
what it is.
It's consistently changing. It doesn't one thing all
Hourly, they'd be changing hourly, like by the hour.
It does hourly. It does by the minute.
What it does,
Literally.
yeah, that would be yes, due to the medium, but it's all down to what we see from Earth.
Within 24 hours, we would see an entire phase of the moon change.
No, you would just see partial because the moon is slightly slower than the sun, about an hour average slower than the sun. So you get a little bit gain every day as it goes to the full moon, and then drops behind.
Wouldn't we get a new moon like every other day?
No, every 28 every 28 days as it runs from
So how
tropic
is
to
it
tropic.
how is it moving an hour faster? I don't understand.
Slower.
An hour slower. Wouldn't we get like
The moon and what we're talking about, at least I'm talking about, I don't speak for all flat earthers. The moon, you guys think it takes 28 days to make one orbit around the Earth, and that it's got a 5-degree whatever. And what we're talking about, what I'm talking about, is the moon is moving from east to west, just like the sun is, but slightly slower. And they're turning a circle, so a little bit more faces as it goes through a cycle from new moon to full moon. Each day, the moon falls a little bit farther behind, which lets the sun shine on a little bit more of it because it has an angle to the front part of the moon. And each day, it will increase. All day long, it's increasing. It never stops. You can watch time and date. You can watch it changing live. It's just sitting there changing it. So let's say you got a 99% full moon when it moon rises, it's 99%, and then maybe in a couple hours it'll be 100%. So it does change. It's constantly changing.
Okay, do you believe that the sun is illuminated by? I mean, the moon is illuminated by the sun, or do you believe
In
that
my opinion,
the
yes.
moon has its own light?
Yeah, in my opinion,
Okay.
no. In my opinion, the moon reflects the sun. They're turning in a circle, and the moon is slightly slower, and that's how you get your cycles.
That's
Yeah,
where
that's
I
fine.
disagree. That's where I disagree. I don't think the sun is illuminating the moon. I think the sun might be charging up that moon, but that moon is its own light. That's what I feel. It's just
I could see that too. I'm not saying I'm right. I have my opinion. We don't all
Okay, you
say
can disagree, Gary. You can disagree.
Yeah.
Oh, and I don't have a problem with him disagreeing with me.
No, because mine is speculation, just like Gary's. Mine is just speculation. Yes. I can totally respect what he has said, and I would love it if it were possible we could go out there and check together. So
which we can't.
All Clovers have the same
both
idea.
flat earthers still.
All you have to do is look.
Yeah. See, with the flat earthers, we make a collection of the speculations because this is how we learn, and the only thing.
Well, that's exactly how you learn. You speculate, you look at it, you see if it can. That's how you learn, bit by bit.
Yeah, and that's all we can.
How do you think that you guys figured out your fake model? Bit by bit, you learned how to tilt, rotate, make an elliptical cycle around the sun, and all to get the same thing we get, which is simple angles from the sun as it moves and cycles in from tropic to tropic as it spirals inward and outward.
Okay, so the moon,
and
the sun are at different heights.
The calendar days as well. Not 28 days, but 30 days or 29 days or 21 days. Crazy the calendar.
The moon and the sun are at different heights above the flat Earth, right? So how high would you say the moon is?
I don't know.
Roughly.
I don't know.
Okay, I can give you some numbers.
If it's high, it's lower. So it's lower than the sun, right?
I don't know. I don't know how much lower it is.
Yeah.
Remember,
I
he
don't know what
doesn't
their
know how
sizes
lunar
are. I
eclipses
don't
work.
think they're near
Is
as
it
big as you
directly?
guys think. Obviously, I think they're.
Is it directly below or directly above or what? Like
We don't know. We don't. That's. I'm trying to
They don't know
answer.
anything.
No,
Hey,
I'm trying
I'll
to
be back
answer
in a
you.
minute. I'm gonna go take a
am
shower.
trying to
I
answer
had a
you,
long
but
day.
I can't get what I want to say out. Too many
you
voices.
see, when we start
Okay.
asking detailed questions, that's when someone wants to
I'm
leave.
going to ask you to answer the question. I'm going to answer it if people can just button up. Fucking hell.
All right. Let's bring this down to earth. Jean is about to answer the question. Jean, I'm giving a few seconds because we get a notification on YouTube going for a few seconds. I just want to read this comment by Kango44 for
Hello,
5
can you
New
hear me now?
Zealands. Lubo, for fuck's sake. Somebody tell Lubo to do something. He cannot hear me. He keeps talking over me. Fuck.
Yeah, I can hear you, Lugo. I can hear you. You're
And you
right.
can hear me, right, guys? Jose?
Yeah.
I don't know why I cut off.
Okay. We don't need to speculate what the moon is. We have been there. Shout out to Kango44. Jean, you were going to ask a question. Please go ahead.
Thank you
Somebody.
very much. Now,
Jen,
first of all,
Jen,
yes.
wait, Jen.
Yes.
Can you tell Lubo? Can you tell Lubo if he can hear me? Can you ask Lubo? Lubo, can you hear Jose? Can you ask him?
Yeah, Lubo, can you hear Jose speaking? Can you hear him?
No, I can't. And actually,
Then
everything is
he have to do
quite
something.
delayed. I don't know why.
Tell him he have to drop. He have
tried to
I'm gonna
leave and
disconnect
join.
him. I'm gonna disconnect
Just drop
him.
and
That's right.
rejoin. Drop
Fuck
and
it. He
rejoin.
cannot hear.
Disconnect yourself.
Lubo, if you're listening in YouTube, you gotta do something, sort it out. If you rejoin again, don't talk because you could be talking over me and I'm gonna get fucking pissed off. Jin, it's your turn, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. The gentleman about the moon landings, no, that guy's in dreamland. We've never been to the moon. There are too many environmental dangers for any Apollo mission to have taken place. Cosmic ray particles, radiation. Anyway, now as for whether the moon is below the sun or above the sun, all we can say is that when the sun and the moon are doing their dance over the flat Earth in the sky, they fluctuate up and down. That's all I can say. Nothing else. That's it. Okay? So they rise up and down like a wave. You can imagine a signal wave, kind of a shallow signal wave like that. That's all I can say.
Jin, so the same question I asked Gary, if I'm looking up at night directly above and the moon is directly above me, how is it that someone else looking at the moon is seeing the same exact side?
That's because they're at a different position from where you are. They can see it because you're on a flat Earth.
No,
that's
but the same exact face.
Yes, that's
I'm looking up, directly up, and someone else in, I don't know, the United States is seeing the moon at an angle, but they're seeing the same face.
Well, they're probably not seeing exactly the same face because their geographical location will be slightly different from yours. Yeah.
But they're looking. Okay, let's look at it like this, right? We're both in a gym.
Right.
We're both inside of a gym, a really big gym.
Okay.
And there's a ball suspended from the ceiling.
Okay.
I'm directly below it, and someone on the other side of the gym is looking at the ball too. Are we both seeing the same side of the ball?
The other side of the gym? No, they're not going to see the same side of the ball. That's what no, they're not going to see that. Of course not.
Well, think about that when it comes to the moon.
Let me just get this direct here. 90 degrees above your head, you're seeing the moon. Yes.
Yes.
Have you ever experienced that in reality?
Yes.
85.
Roughly.
Right. So it's roughly. Okay. So when we look at the moon, let's change the moon for a photograph. You can see the head. I can see the legs. Sorry, the shoulders from my position. That's it. So they're looking at the same moon. The orientation might be slightly different. That's all. So I think you are.
Yes, but we're both seeing the exact same face.
What I'm trying to say is that you're feeding into something that doesn't really exist in your head. We don't believe, when I look at the moon from your position, when I look at the moon, I can see the moon. I may not see exactly from your angle what you're looking at, but I can see what you're looking at from my perspective. Okay?
Then everyone on Earth
we're still
sees
looking
the
at the
same
same
face.
moon. Yes,
Everyone
we're looking at the
sees
same moon. That's
face
correct.
of the moon. Yeah,
That's correct. Yeah, no
on
problem
flat
there.
Earth, that wouldn't be the case, though.
That would be the case. That would be the
How?
case because we are flat. We are flat, and it is happening.
How?
Because that's how it is.
He's flat because it's happening.
Think about it, though. How is it that? Think about that. Think in three
I am thinking about
Try and
it.
think in
I've
three
been
dimensions.
thinking about it for 7
Listen
years.
to what I just said. We're both looking. I'm standing underneath the ball in the gym. You're standing on the other side of the gym.
Right.
How are we both seeing the same side of the ball?
We're
But
not
you're
seeing
looking at
the
it at a
same
different
side.
angle.
You've got it wrong.
Yeah,
You've got
in
it
that.
wrong. First
Yes, in that.
First of all, we don't know that the moon is a spherical ball. We don't know that. No human being knows that. So stop assuming. You don't
Yes,
know.
we
It's
do.
a,
I know.
yeah. Well,
So okay.
I don't know
So
how,
if
I
it's
don't know
not
how
a
you would
spherical
know that.
object.
I don't
Okay,
know how
let's
you
say
would
it's
know
not
that.
a let's okay, Jin, let's say it's not a spherical object. Then how are we both seeing it look exactly perfectly circular?
Look, the sun, the moon is doing it's on its circuit, yeah? And
No
it's on
matter
its
what
circuit.
angle you look at
Hang
it, it looks
on.
like a circle.
I am trying to bloody give you the explanation. It's on its circuit, okay? So wherever you are, you're seeing that moon. We can also see it from our position. That's how it is. It's easy. Draw yourself a diagram to understand it.
I
That's what you
can,
need to do.
and it
For
makes
me,
more
it's
sense.
easy.
It makes more
Very
sense
easy
that
to
the moon is really
understand.
far away.
Very easy for me to understand that. And the moon will only be observed. Hang on a second, please. The moon will only be observable to those who are at nighttime. So those who are in the daytime won't see it unless it's coming up for a new moon, where you get the sun and the moon together. That phase is there. But when you're talking about, a bright light of the moon at night, those in daytime are obviously not going to see it. So there's no problem. No problem. I don't see the problem. Just done. It's very easy. No problem at all.
Hey, Jen, can you post that diagram for us in the Discord sometime?
Yeah, if I draw it up, yeah. Who's making that noise?
Can't wait to see it.
Well, whatever.
Yeah,
You know what? I can't wait. I'm waiting to see the curvature. So if you can endeavor as hard as you can with all your might to produce some curvature for us, I would love it, yeah? Okay?
Let's not change the subject. We're talking about the moon. Let's
I'm talking about what I want. You want something, I want something, yeah? Curvature of the earth, yeah? As a board. We don't have it.
Good.
All right, here's a good one. All right, so this kind of explains what I was talking about. I don't know, Jose, if you can pull that up, Jin, if you can take a look at that.
Yeah, I was gonna say Glover Mom. Sorry, I tagged you there, Glover Mom, but it didn't mean to tag you. I meant to tag Lubo in China. So if you're listening to YouTube, Lubo in China, you were interrupting me. That's why I server muted you. When you fix your issue, let me know and I unmute you. Somebody told me to present something or something. What was going on?
Yeah, I posted something in Daily Boom.
All right. Okay. And it's up.
I'm looking at the image. Yeah, I'm looking at a pink moon. Yeah, pink moon, or is it Mars?
No. Earth is Live. Earth is Live just posted something on the Daily Boom.
Yep, I can see. Yeah, I can
write
see
it down at the end. Yeah,
the selenium eclipse.
Right down at the end. Right down at the end, all the way at the end. It is like a flat AE map with like 3 moons, three little men. See if you can find the image that is overpowered by blue color.
Yeah, I can see the image. I can see it.
Now notice how the three different observers are observing a different side of the moon, different phase of the moon, depending on where they're at on flat Earth.
Yeah, I would have to have this confirmed. I can't take this as a gospel at all.
Well, we could both take a
understand?
picture of the moon at the same time.
Yeah, that's fine. We can take a picture of the moon at the same time because we can both see the moon. But what I'm going to be viewing and what you're going to be viewing is going to be slightly different from my perspective and your perspective.
The only difference is going to be maybe the orientation.
Hang on. Right, that's what I'm talking about. The orientation, exactly.
Yeah,
that's
but
it.
I'm talking about
What's the
the
problem?
side of the moon. Like, okay.
There is no
hold on.
side. It's only one face we see. We only see one face.
Yeah, and
I see
that
no
makes
side,
more
yeah.
sense. That makes more sense if the moon is very far away.
No, that's not true at all. Not at all.
you
The
see
moon,
how-
the moon is
okay.
roughly 3,000 to 5,000 miles away, and we see what we see. We've been seeing it for thousands of years. No problem.
Okay, do you see how the person on the right, hold on, do you see how the person on the right, on the far right, and the person on the far left are both seeing different sides of the moon, right?
I would
one
say
seeing 4, 5, and
I
6,
would just,
and one seeing 2, 3, and 4.
yeah, I can see that. Yeah. If that's true, I've yet to see that with my own eyes. So I don't know if that. I don't know if that's true.
See that. Yeah, we don't see that. That's what would.
Well, I've
that's
never
what
seen
would
it.
happen.
That's why it's.
If. Go ahead.
That's
sorry.
not what would happen. That's not what would happen. If we don't see it in reality, then you can't put it up as a. It's just a supposition on your part. We don't see this in reality, and then you say, "But this is what you would see on the flat Earth." No, we don't see it.
No,
we don't see that.
Yeah, exactly. No, we don't.
Yeah, right.
No,
what's
the
the
moon
problem?
is very far away. Now
problem?
if you move that moon really, really far away, if you move that, the farther away you move that moon, now all of those 3 observers are all going to be seeing the same side of the moon.
We don't know that. Again, it's speculation on your part. There's no proof of what you're saying. No proof. That's the problem. The moon is not miles and miles and miles and miles and miles away. It's local. It is 3,000 miles, roughly to 5,000 miles. It's local. We can see it. There you go. It's not 230 or 240,000 miles away.
Jin,
Yeah.
If you and I, I'm sitting in the field right now, a giant grass field.
Okay.
You're sitting around to me, and we're both looking at a building. Are we both seeing the same side of the building?
Where are you again?
Yeah.
Where am I and where are you?
We're both sitting. I'm sitting in a chair. You're sitting in a chair next to me.
Okay, yeah.
Right. We're looking at a building that.
Yeah, in front.
We're looking at a building that's I don't know, a quarter mile away.
In front of us. Yeah. Well, as far.
We're both seeing the same.
We're both seeing the same.
I'm sorry.
Same building and exactly the same thing. Maybe only a slight degree different because of my angle to it and your angle to it, but both looking at the same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's without it.
Now let's put that building
in the sky,
10 feet in front of us.
Okay, 10 feet in front.
Let's put that building 10 feet in front of us, and you're sitting, I don't know, 30 feet away.
Okay,
from
30 feet away from you. I'm still going to see that building, but I'm going to be seeing it at a different angle.
But you're going to
might be a bit less.
Yeah, but
it might be slightly less, angle wise. Yeah, because I'm moving away from you.
But you could probably. But you might be able to see the side of the building.
Yeah, I might
right?
be able to see. I might be able to see the side of the building. Yes, because if it's a rectangular or a square shape, yes, that side, the left side. If you're on my right and I'm on your left, and I've moved 30 miles, 40 miles away from you, then I'm definitely going to be able to see that side of that building. Definitely.
Right.
But
so that's kind of what I'm trying to explain.
Yeah.
Why we all on Earth see the same side of the moon.
Yeah, we
and
all
on
see
flat
that,
Earth, we would probably see different sides of the moon.
It makes more sense on a flat Earth for me. That's the thing. That's why I argue so passionately. Is that what we see makes more sense on the flat Earth because it's what I observe. The only thing is, people in Australia might see this moon slightly different orientation to me. But remember, this thing is moving on its own. It's on its own path. But we all see the same face. So that's just it. That's how it is. Is it a spherical ball? I have no idea it is. I haven't been there. It appears to be, but again, to confirm, we have to go up there to say 100% the moon is spherical. Yeah, we do. We do have to go there. You don't
have to go to Australia. You don't have to go to China. You don't have to go anywhere else.
I don't have to go to Australia because I don't have to go to Australia, but I know it's there and it's achievable. I can actually go to Australia and confirm Australia is there. I've heard Australian people. I've eaten Australian foods. Yeah, I've watched many Australian programs. Right. Okay. So I know Australia exists. That's not a problem for me. I can lay my life down. Can I lay my life down that the moon's a spherical ball? No, I cannot do that. No way. I haven't been there. I can't go there.
You could.
To confirm. No, I can't. Impossible. Well, we don't have the technology. We don't have the technology. We don't have the technology. That's what I'm going to say. I don't want to get into the weeds.
So I just posted another one that kind of explains it too.
Yeah, I've got two. I'm looking at two moons. That's what I'm looking at. Is
Oh,
that
red one, the
correct?
blue one, right? Yeah. So one side of the moon is red, one side of the moon is blue,
Yes, that's
and
lovely.
we
Yeah,
have two observers. We have two observers.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And what are you postulating?
And on the bottom is the moon,
The fl-
the way we see it, far away. Everyone's seeing the same face of the moon.
Yeah, I think you're doing what's been said. You're hung up on an idea, and you can't free your mind. You see, that's your problem. My mind is free from this kind of entanglement. I just
I
keep
mean,
it
it's not an
simple.
entanglement. It's just understanding how shapes work
But the
and
thing is,
understanding how you view
yeah,
things.
but the thing is, you have to assume that the moon is a spherical ball. You're assuming you can assume it, but it's not accurate. Not until you've confirmed it. That's where your
Okay, so if
problems
it's
are.
not let's say it's not a spherical object, that means that
Yeah.
people looking at it from different angles wouldn't see a perfect circle.
We
I know
don't
you
see
can
a
understand.
perfect circle hang on a second. We don't see a perfect. I do understand. We don't see a perfect circle every day. It's the shape changes as it goes through its phases.
No, the
Yeah, the
shape,
phase.
not the phases or the shadows. It's the shape of the moon. It's always a sphere. It
The
always looks like a
actual.
circle, right?
When I see the moon, it always looks like a circle. Absolutely, yeah,
Yeah.
always.
Just like
I've
just like
never.
if you're looking at a spherical object, any way you look at it is always gonna look like a sphere.
It looks like a sphere. Yeah, always does. Exactly. I can understand that. Right. So that's what we see. That's what we see. The sun. Don't forget, the moon is moving through from my path to another country, and people see it. So
Doesn't
I
change
just think
then
you're.
either.
I yes, right. And I just think you're hung up. You're hung up on it when it's not necessary. You're postulating things that really don't exist. You're putting problems in your way. I don't have a problem with the moon at all. It is what it is.
Gary.
It does what it does. It
Brian,
doesn't disprove the flat Earth, but the fact is the globe Earth doesn't exist. That's the
Brian,
problem.
can I have a word
Yes,
with
go ahead.
you?
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, great, you can hear me. You can try a little experiment. Get yourself a ball and draw a circle on the ball. Make them perfect circles. Make it like a cheese ball, looking like a cheese ball. And tell me, what are the shapes of those circles if you look it from a distance? What are the shapes? The ones in the middle, they will be perfectly circular, yes? But the ones that will be close to the edge of the ball from your perspective, they will look like ellipses. And that's what exactly you see when you look at the moon. The craters are like ellipses on the sides of the moon because it's a ball. And that's a great way how yourself, just looking at the moon, can prove yourself that it's a ball. Very easy.
Yeah, but we still need to have that confirmed. It's speculation at this point. You can't say 100%
We have it
certain.
confirmed.
You can't. No, you cannot. No one's been up there.
On the planet.
That doesn't mean diddly. Do you understand? And because I'll ask those 1,000 people, have you been up to the moon? Hang on a second, please. Up there yourself to confirm what you are believing, because you can't say you know at this point. So have you been? You haven't been up there? Then you don't know what it is. That's the end. You don't know.
You don't know what radar.
You cannot know unless you go up there. And if you haven't been up there, you cannot say you know it's a globe. You can't. Okay.
You don't know China's there. You don't know Australia's there. You don't know.
I know.
anything.
I do know. You know
No,
what?
you
I
haven't
do
been
know
there.
where
You just said it.
I've flown over it. I've flown over China.
No. You got to be there. You can find over it. That's a mirage.
Times, mate. I've
You
flown
just
over
saw
China
it from the
many
window.
times.
You haven't
I've
been
eaten
there.
Chinese food. I've eaten Chinese food.
gotta be
I've
there.
listened to Chinese music. I've met Chinese people.
Doesn't
I
matter.
can speak. And although I haven't been on the land itself, I have been over the land. And it's
Have you ever
for
seen
me.
a
I
boat?
can go there if I want.
Right.
If I want, hang on a second, please. If I want, I can go there and confirm that. I cannot go to the moon to confirm. That's why I have to say, no, it is not a spherical ball. I don't know that at this point. It appears so, but I cannot say for certain it is, and that's that.
Can I put your application in with Eli?
Gary, there are astronomers that were witnessing during the meteor showers. They were witnessing meteors hitting the moon. There were like little explosions.
That's
there.
all rubbish. I just think that was just a
That's not
CGI.
rubbish.
Or
It was blasphemy.
hang on, CGI toys and trickery. That's all that is there. Okay, no human
Man,
beings going
you
to
can
the
do it
moon.
yourself. Next meteor shower. Look.
It's rubbish, absolute crap, my son. Absolute
Actually,
crap.
somebody did it during the eclipse.
It's not proving your
During
globe.
the lunar eclipse.
Let's concentrate here earnestly.
We are
It's
talking
proving
about the
globe.
moon. We are not talking about the globe. We are
Okay,
talking about
okay,
the
you're
moon.
talking
You
about
say it's not a ball.
Okay.
I'm
I'll stay on
telling you,
top.
there are people who witnessed meteors hitting the moon. That means it's physical. We are, if you look at the craters, we see the shadows of crater perfectly corresponding to the sun coming from which direction is the sun. I mean, if you get really good telescope, you can almost like touch it. Those craters, they are that much 3D. Have you ever seen it?
We
with
need
a
to
really,
go there.
really
We
good
need
telescope?
to go there. We need to go there. My
I
point is,
don't need to go
we
there.
need
I
to
don't want
go
to go there.
I need to go there. I would need to go there, walk, and I can say yes, it is indeed a spherical ball. Until then, no.
But the trench
it is not.
One thing I would like to know. This is really, really puzzling me. Okay.
Okay,
So,
go on.
for example, people in China, people in Russia, they know that Americans went to the moon. But some of the people in America themselves then don't believe that they went to the moon. I don't understand why is that. Is that like what happened in America that completely destroyed their reality in some people? Like what happened in your mind? What destroyed your
I can
yeah,
I can answer that. I'll let someone else speak, but I can answer that after someone else. Someone else is going to get in there. Go ahead, whoever that was.
Yes, it's the education system.
Okay,
Should have stayed in school.
Well, that's fair enough. You know what it is? I know, according to what NASA and the astrophysicists, as well as the astronomers and the like, those professionals who tell us that the environment where they'll have to go through with their equipment couldn't survive it. For example, cosmic ray particles, which are leftovers from supernovas. Now, don't interrupt me when I'm talking. Are you going to interrupt? Oh, shut up. Okay, because you know I'm talking now. Right. Cosmic ray particles, which travel at almost at the speed of light, 670,616,629 miles per hour. Okay. Now, if any spacecraft is going to be in the environment, these cosmic ray particles, they need to have 2 meters thick. I say again, 2 meters thick of shielding around the whole spacecraft. Be that. You've also got radiation, which is being spitted out and decimated from the sun. Okay, I've used the wrong word there, but you know, it's been spat out from the sun to the tune of 960 rems and more. They've got to go through that. They've got to go through 3 radiation belts before they get to the moon. So these are things that no human being can do that. How did they overcome these problems?
Do you believe in all that?
Hang on a second. Not only that, then there's this. Then there's the second law of thermodynamics. If the Earth is indeed a flat plane, if we have a dome over our head, how would they get through the dome? But anyway, do I believe all that? No, that's their story. I'm saying that's what they've told us. So I'm asking, how is it they overcome those things that they told us? That's what I'm saying.
Again, they didn't tell us that.
Well, I have answered.
They did. Yes, they did.
I have answered.
No.
First of all, why do you believe there's a Van Allen belt?
The reason I don't believe the Van Allen belts are there. This is what they've told us. James Van Allen supposedly discovered them in 1958, I do believe. Okay.
Yep.
Right. And then not only that, there's a third belt that never gets mentioned, which is left over from the 1962 Operation Starfish Prime, aka Fishbowl of the Lord, aka Fishbowl. Okay. Now, that event, according to Sir Bernard Lovell, a British astronomer in 1962, said that belt that was created from the atomic bombs that they set up in the atmosphere has created a third belt 100 times more lethal than the Van Allen radiation belts. That's what they say. If he says that's true, how did the rockets go through? Okay.
I have an answer for that.
I
do you
did a
know
little
anything about
command on you. Yeah, go on.
do you know anything about the Chernobyl disaster?
Yeah,
How
I know
many
about the
people
Chernobyl
actually
disaster.
from the radiation? So how many people actually died from radiation?
Well, okay, according to what I've read and what I've seen, all those who
Radiation
hang on a second,
No
bloody,
cancer, radiation sickness.
I'm just going to say all those who were working in that vicinity died. In that facility died from radiation poisoning or whatever, eventually over the years, okay? But I do remember this. When on the day of the event, there was a helicopter filming, the event. The photographs that helicopter photographer took, the pilot obviously flew the helicopter, but the photographer, it was all misty and foggy. I have a copy of that. You can look on the internet and you can see that the images were very much contrast, not very clear.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so yeah. But again, that could still be photographic trickery. But this is what we're going by. Okay. So, I mean, what's your point anyway with Chernobyl? What's the point? Sorry, I didn't get it.
Well, my point is that people really overestimate the radiation that gets into the body. People have radiation fever, and not like they're too scared of radiation. Radiation is all around us. Okay, look, you go outside and you have radiation from the sun directly hitting you. So people are overestimating the radiation problems. They have problems with. Okay, let me to finish. If you want, there's a really cool experiment called cloud chamber experiment. It's really cool. You can do it yourself at home. You can go to witness somebody to make it for you. But basically, you can see particles going through the air, gamma particles and electrons and everything, and it's really cool. It's to see how much radiation is all around you. Even now, you're speaking on the phone or there's radiation.
Yeah, that's
different
minuscule.
type of radiation and particles.
Yeah, that's minuscule. That's minuscule. You're going on a bit. Look, in space, it's gamma radiation. Gamma.
And do you know how you block them?
X-rays gamma.
The ones that kill you, they kill you. Gamma ray. They kill you.
No.
Okay.
X-rays.
No.
X-rays and gamma. They kill you. They kill you. Gamma rays. The experts have said. I'm quoting the experts. Yes, I'm quoting. Don't keep saying no. I'm quoting the experts. They say that 170 rems of radiation out in space when the Apollo missions took place, just 170 rems would render the astronaut loss of vision, vomit, diarrhea, death within 60 days. Depending on the individual and how fit they are. So it could be 60, 65 days, but within that time period, that individual would be dead, right? But we're talking about radiation that's 250,000 rems. That would be the third belt. And then according to the experts, you've got 2,500
X-rays gamma.
The ones that kill you, Van Allen's, they kill you, gamma ray. They kill you.
No.
Okay?
X-rays.
No.
X-rays and gamma, they kill you. Yeah.
No, we can block them very easily.
No, we can't. You can't. Listen, they said you need. Hang on.
Let me to finish. Have you done that cloud chamber experiment?
You need
I really recommend
10
it.
centimeters, 10 centimeters thick of lead shielding, and that would be too heavy for the Saturn V rocket to lift off. That would be too heavy a payload. Sorry to have interrupted you. I will now shut up.
I would really suggest you to do a cloud chamber experiment. You can see it's not actually that difficult to block radiation from space. It's the particles that hurt. Okay, so alpha particles depends how heavy are they and how fast they travel. So the heavier particles, they can cause some of the particles, for example, the light particles, they travel through your body, and everybody doesn't even notice that. But some of the slower particles, when they enter your body, they will disintegrate and release the energy. So they are those slow particles, slow-moving particles that cause most damage. So, for example, if you have neutrinos, they just go through Earth and they don't even notice that there's Earth in the way. Very, very little interaction. So different particles cause different damage. another thing, you can book them very simply with different particles it works in a different way. Other very, very important thing is the amount of time you spend in the amount of time you spend in the place where is the radiation. Also, one thing is, I want to come back a little bit to this banana.
Just before you go back, just before you go back, just before you go back, let me just address the 2 points you made up. Right, as for the duration, right, some of these missions lasted 13 days, 12 days, 3 days there, 3 days on the moon. Hang on, 3 days on the moon, 3 days back. Okay, the later missions. Okay, that's a long time to be in the environment of radiation. And as for the particles, hang on, as for particles going through the body, have you seen that with your own eyeballs, radiation going through the human body and the human, every day in our everyday lives? Have you actually witnessed that with your own eyes to know that that is 100% true? Have you?
Well, the particles going through?
Have you seen particles going through a human body in an everyday life with their clothes on, licking an ice cream? You haven't, have you? So
I
it's a
can't
story.
see through the body.
It's a story. It's a story
Let
you
me to
believe.
finish. Let me to finish.
Yeah, okay.
Let me to
go ahead.
finish, okay?
Yeah.
You don't tell me the story because you ask some question, you will answer, okay? The
Yeah, go
cloud
ahead,
chamber
sorry.
experiment, the cloud chamber experiment can easily demonstrate what is what kind of radiation. For example, you have certain particles or electrons or whatever particles, and you put something in the way of particle, and you say they are blocked. So really do some just type Google in cloud chamber experiment, and you will find so much about particles
Thank you.
and different types of particles.
I'm going to look for that one. Cloud
chamber
chamber experiments.
experiment.
Right. Okay, I've got documents that state clearly, and I've recorded, state clearly that no human being can survive out in space, right? Because the environment
Of course,
is
you
not
need
conducive to
spacesuits.
any living human organism, even with their spacesuits, which offer no protection from radiation. The spacecraft itself, the Lunar Command Module and the Lunar Excursion Module and the capsule, none of these things offered any protection from the radiation. There was no radiation shielding. Okay, but yet they say the environment is so dangerous. 960 rems on the moon, and then you've got the cosmic ray particles. You've got 3 radiation belts to get through. How did they survive all those obstacles?
May I? Yeah, okay. If you know anything about the belts, you know they're just the lines. If you have electromagnet or magnet and you have iron particles, you can very, very clearly see the belts. Have you ever tried like iron particles and magnet? And see
No,
how the
I've
line.
played with magnets, but I've never done what you've said. No.
So you can see the lines. You can see the lines of like magnetic lines, the magnetic field.
I've never seen it with my own in reality, only through documentaries. Yes.
Yeah, basically, if you know anything about aurorae.
Yeah, the aurora borealis.
Yeah.
I've seen
yeah,
that.
northern
I
and
understand
southern
that.
lights. So they're
Northern lights, they call them. Yeah.
So
yeah.
basically, that's where the particles are being accelerated by our Earth magnetic force. Then they hit the atmosphere over there. So we know exactly where the safe is.
So it is said.
Oh, come on. We know. Okay. When sun has a solar flare, yeah, we can predict that. We see the flare coming out in Earth direction. We can predict it's going to be nice display of northern lights or southern.
They love these predictions, don't they? Look, it's observations that have been observed for years and years and years. So I'm predicting it's going to be Wednesday in 2 days' time, and in 2 days' time after that, it's going to be Friday. Okay, I'm predicting next month it's going to be June.
History.
Let's not get excited about that. Let's try and keep honest with this conversation. Where are we going with the moon? What are you trying to prove? No astronauts have gone. I've given you an array of reasons why, but you haven't really given me anything
I'm sorry to
country
disappoint you, but
that would make me think
also
they definitely
Chinese
went.
and the Russians also landed on the moon. And
China
Israel.
is a lying country, just like the United States of America. Okay, they lied. So there's no way that any human being, China, with the images they sent back to Earth supposedly, was very bad. Anyway, very, very secondhand, to say the least. No, China did not go to a land on the moon back in 2013. No, they did not.
China did not. They landed a rover on it. They didn't land themselves.
No. They landed a rover, and that rover stopped for 2 to 3 weeks because it landed on the dark side. It was cold, so it couldn't move for a while.
No, that's not the
They
reason.
wanted to go there.
That's what they said. That it was cold. Everything seized up, so they had to wait 2 weeks for the sun for the sun to get round to warm the other side of the moon up, and then things started happening. That's what I read. BBC. That Chinese rover stopped because it landed on the dark side, and because it was dark and cold, things seized up. That's what we were told.
The batteries needs warming up. I'm not sure how
rubbish
long
anyway. They
actual
never
operation
went, but it's a good story that.
No, I mean, people
My
witness.
point is this: I've got a question. Actually, got a question.
Oh, well, let me
now,
let me
if hang on, let me ask a question. I'm China. I'm going to send a probe, a rover to the moon. Right now, as far as I'm concerned, if the United States went to the moon and Russia and left things on the moon, it's just logical that you're not going to use all that money and not visit those landing sites, because the moon would be like a museum. No, they did not. It would be, hang on, please. It would be like the moon is a museum, and the Chinese rover is going to drive through and show us. Remember, it was a 3-month mission. They had 3 months, so they could have spent 2 weeks to a month showing us the things that were left behind, and then go on to their mission to the dark side. They could have done this if they had it. But they didn't. They didn't do that. They didn't do that.
I need to jump in. No, I need to jump in, and I'm gonna push through it. Lubo in China. I'm letting it slide, but Lubo in China, your signal, your connection is really bad. I'm not understanding almost anything that you're saying. I mean, if I put a lot of, if I focus too much, I'm getting a headache trying to understand you. You're roboting. It's like a robot is talking. So please, can you go on mute? We're about to get out of here. Let me give the opportunity to other people to kind of just chat for 5 or 10 minutes, and we'll do some final thoughts, please. You did your part. I'm sorry, but your signal is breaking up really badly.
Yeah, sorry that if it was a bit long-winded there. I'm trying to give an accurate
Jen,
knowledge.
there's a paper. There's a document that let me see. Mandelbrot said he posted a document forum question statement on James Van Allen on radiation effects. It is a long statement. Somebody his request, somebody asked something, a long question right here, a long point, and Professor Van Allen responded. All of this is really long.
Thank you.
So this link I posted in the Daily Boom on Sensor. Read it on your own time. It might clarify.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much for that. Thank you so much for that.
I'll throw you a link to your DM. I'll give you a link to your DM.
Yeah, thank you. If you could do that, this piece would be like another jigsaw puzzle for me. So thank you very much, whoever that was. Appreciate it.
It's not good for you.
Thank you, Jose. Well, it's all information, because I need to, I'm uploading this stuff. I want to learn more. Argument.
When you see, I just send you a direct message on you after the show, whenever on your own time. You see, why did Jose send me a link? Click on the link, and it goes directly to that one point about the Van Allen belts.
1000%. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, are you going to get other people to talk? You said. I think you were winding it up. I thought you said.
Yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up. It's been over 3 hours now. It's my time to go check on my dogs, me eat and stuff like that. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching on YouTube. Before everybody leaves, people start leaving with final thoughts. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoy the show, even if it was happiness or angerness that you felt, you watched the show, you were here hanging out. So please leave a like. It's free and it's easy. Check on the links on the description box on how to support. Leave a comment in the comment section when the video is up and rendered on YouTube. Share the show, and everybody's welcome to come in whenever I go live. Make sure to hit the bell notification icon so you guys know when I'm live, and you click in if you're interested in what we're talking about. Jump in, or if you think it's really boring and you can bring a little spark and light the mood, then jump into the call whenever everybody feels everybody's welcome. Final thoughts. Thank you very much. One more thing. Thank you. I had a PayPal donation earlier at $10, and I got a few super chats. Thank you so much for your support. And thank you, everybody over here on Discord that was here, had to leave earlier, and you guys that are still here. Thank you so much. Everybody, we're going to have an opportunity to give some final thoughts. Take a minute if you want, or 30 seconds to a minute. Wrap it up. Either tell me if you learned something today, if you got a comment for another panel member, if you got a message for YouTube audience. It's your minute to burn. We begin with Shaik. Final thought. And if you don't speak within a few seconds, I go to the next Discord user. Thank you for coming in. He never speaks. Earth is live. Final thoughts?
So the new public sounds crap, but good show.
Thank you very much. That was a shitty mic. Extra J, final thoughts, man.
Hey, great show. Sorry my fan is so loud. I'll see what I can do. One question I have for Jen or Gary, maybe next time, or if you can post in Discord. If the sun and moon are circling around between Capricorn and Cancer, in the south, why don't they see the sun and moon traveling overhead faster, since it's a bigger circle? Thanks. See you next time.
Thank you very much. For those who haven't seen me on YouTube, and that is nobody, everybody's seen me. I'm a real guy. I'm here doing my show in the Porsche. There's no fourth wall to break. I'm just a dude over here. So I got this computer streaming live. I got this laptop as a participant, me talking to you right now. I got my squeaky earth and I got my froggies. Boom. That's how we do it around here in the neighborhood. I do the show right here because I smoke my cigarettes and I like seeing the people walking up and down and saying hi and all that good stuff. So keeping it real, everybody. We have Gary Way Benga, final thoughts. Maybe he's busy working. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. No, I'm here. I was cooking my dinner. You will get the same things with the cycling suns as it takes to get on the globe model by tilting the Earth in an elliptical orbit around the sun and rotating. And then to get the moon angles on that same system, you have to have the moon on a 5-degree incline or whatever you call it. And you have to have it moving from west to east, so moving slower to match the same things that you see with the circling sun and moon on the flat model. They just hijacked the globe. They hijacked the math and everything for a circle and turned it into a ball.
Thank you very much, Gary. Appreciate it. He say, I'm in my Porsche, Porsche, whatever. I just always butcher that word, that term. I almost don't use the glasses. Yeah, hold on. I almost don't use the glasses, and I should, because I mean, I can see this laptop decently. I can see this one pretty well, but I should like to see in the laptop. And then I got my bifocal things. I should be using my because my eyes are getting a lot of headaches, and I like them. They look trippy, but I don't know. It feels odd. It feels extra. Earth is live. Do you want to try now? You got a good mic. Go ahead.
I probably sound a little better. So just to respond to Gary, if you're gonna make claims that the same thing would happen on the flat Earth model, then you need to demonstrate that. Make a scale model, right, and show us that the same exact thing that we see in reality would match on that model, and then you can shut us all up. We won't make any more claims. Just go ahead and make a scale model, Show us that everything we see in reality matches that flat model. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. We have Gene CBR1. What does CBR1 stands for, Gene? Final thoughts.
That's the Honda signature, Honda CBR 1000 that I ride here in Japan, that I used to ride in London. Okay, I'm a biker.
Got
That's
it.
what
Got
the
it.
association is.
Final
Okay.
thoughts, man.
Big shout out to Jose. Thanks for leaving the door open so I can come in and debate. Thank you very much for that. Big shout out to the flat earthers in the server, in the chat room. Boo hoo to the heliocentrists in the server. Flat Earth, it's true. It is what it is. The sun and the moon do their thing, okay, and they're never late. They're always on time. So I don't know what's wrong with you guys there, trying to find faults with the creator's perfection, and you're not finding nothing. It's perfect. As for Gary gave a great explanation as to how the sun and moon work. Okay, thank you very much, Gary. You're a champion. Well done, and a great show. I'm finished.
Yeah, thank you very much for participating and keeping it down a few notches. I know you are very hyped up, and I hear you other places, and you go crazy sometimes. Thank you for keeping it a little bit under, a little bit under control here. So that way we get a little better back and forth conversation. I appreciate that, man. Lubo in China, final thoughts.
Am I roboting now?
That sounded good now. Good.
Okay. Just one crazy thing I heard from Brian. China would not go to the place just to prove Americans went to moon. They know it already. China went to moon to search for water, not for proving that Americans went to the moon. That's an amazingly stupid idea. Okay, one thing. I'm pretty sure Globers in here are here partly for entertainment, but partially because we want to educate you flat earthers how wrong you are, and you not taking education. It's sometimes taking us crazy, making us crazy. And yeah, I hope you can just. I'm not sure if you willingly try to not listen and not learn about things, or is it something about religion? I just hope that you can learn something and not just say say things without any evidence, because sometimes it's a bit annoying if you just dismay any evidence while you don't provide any evidence. Thank you.
Perfect timing to say my disclaimer that I haven't thrown my disclaimer in over a month. Jose JG, flip flop. My opinions and views do not necessarily represent those opinions and views of the panelists in the Discord or YouTube chat box. The opinions of the YouTube audience and Discord do not necessarily represent mine. Everybody got their own opinions. Opinions are like assholes. They all, and you all, and I am. We all have one. So use it with discretion. That being said, that's why I say after Lubo, because he say, I am here to teach people so they can learn. No, I don't know. I mean, that's what he's here for. Not me. Just don't put me in the group. Boom! Final thoughts, mushrooms.
Well, I just posted a couple articles, different ones. Basically, one from 2 months ago where Russia and China were going, America's got secret labs in Ukraine. It was taken apart. But when they went to the moon and found all the trash, what they say about that we didn't go. No, they said we left trash behind, blah, blah, blah. So if there wasn't evidence of us being in the moon, they would have pointed it out, but big time to destroy us. But they couldn't and didn't.
Thank you, Mars Mushrooms. NASA Shield, final thoughts? All right, we'll substitute NASA Shield for John Rapp, final thoughts. Jim is as ignorant as Gary. They both need to learn actual science, geometry, and astronomy. The misunderstanding is epic. That's John Rad. Thank you very much. And Terse, final thoughts.
Yeah, I feel I'm a bit fake because I get in late here, Jose. But yeah, it's funny how the flat earthers, when they want to try and use science to prove the flat earth, they'll pick on any tiny wee bit of science that provides them with the ability to say, yeah, see, look, that supports me. But then any evidence that disproves it, they skip over it or don't mention it in any other videos. You know, like for instance, when they talk about airplanes going from, say, Australia to South America, they'll mention that the airplanes that go to America first, you know, North America, and then down into South America, and they just turn around and say, well, these direct flights, we don't believe they even exist. They're fake. So it's like, you know, you can't even get them to accept all the evidence. They just accept the evidence that supports them. And evidence that makes them look like, you know, they're wrong, they just skip over it and say, well, that's fake. You know what I mean? Just like the CGI of spaceships, you know, and satellites.
Thank you very much, Terse. I appreciate it. Mars Mushrooms, you are here. I'm going to give you the opportunity to copy the link. You typed a lot. I don't know if that was a copy paste.
I know, sorry.
Copy all of that and delete it from this channel.
Okay,
We
got
don't.
it.
The Daily Boom Uncensored is not for that type of
Okay,
topics,
no problem.
please.
Take care of it.
I appreciate that, man.
You bet anything for you, sir.
Yeah, for anybody that is here in the after shows now, I'm going to wrap it up on YouTube. But before I go on YouTube, everybody in YouTube, you can join the Discord server, join the voice call, or hang out in the text room in the Daily Boom Uncensored. But if anybody want to talk about politics, health issues, and other controversial topics that have anything to do with science and math and earth and all that stuff, if you got any topics like that, don't type it in the Daily Boom Uncensored. Daily Boom Uncensored, you can type fuck and swearing and all that shit. Do not type controversial topics in here. There's one room called hashtag controversy room or something, and that is for everybody that want to come in. So if you guys want to talk about politics, health, and all the stuff, there's a room called Controversy Room. Everybody's welcome to come in, and you can throw your links in there. And I don't look in that room. I don't care. I think I look in there for like once a month, and I go like, "Whoa, I'm out." That's not my jam, you know. But thank you very much, everybody, for watching one more time. This is the time that the sun is gonna hit me like right in the face. That one window, like 20 minutes to half an hour, is annoying. I'm glad that I wrap up the show in this time because I'm gonna go inside. Thank you very much, Jose JG. Boom! Oh! Shout out to the super chat last minute. Thank you, Jose, for the boomiest of the booms. Thank you very much. I'm out. Squeaky Earth!